Guys, thank you so much for buying the Trash Taste Tour tickets. We've sold out in so many venues, so much so that we're actually adding an extra show.
An extra show in Los Angeles on the 23rd of September.
The first LA show we had sold out pretty much right away, so we wanted to add an extra day, and because it's going to be our first show of the tour, it's going to be a little tester show.
So if you want to see an early version of the show, then go to trashtastetour.com. That is trashtastetour.com.
So come see us live, get your tickets, smash that link.
Yeah, what do you think is the worst US beer that you guys export a lot?
It's all shit. I mean, it's like you have Bud Light, you have Natty Light.
Yeah, Budweiser sucks, right, guys? Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Garnt. Once again, joining me are the boys as usual. And again, we have another very special guest today. Do you want to introduce yourself to our audience just in case there is someone who doesn't know who you are, what you do out there?
I'm sure there's a lot. I'm Ludwig, and I stream sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Just sometimes.
Okay, I mean, I got the YouTube.
Every 6 hours?
I got the YouTube bag. It's like once a week these days. I mean, 1 foot out the door, halfway to retirement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're just living the life, man. Once you get, like, I feel like the end goal of every streamer is just like to get signed up and just like live the cushy, like comfy life. And that's, you're fucking living the dream, man.
That was it for a long time. I was like, okay, just get really, really big, and then like Mixer will give you a big offer, and then you just stay on Twitch and you get paid a shit ton of money to do what you were doing anyway.
Yeah.
The ninja strat.
Yeah. It's the dream. You get like $30 million for 8 months of work. And so that was always the dream, but that dream's kind of dying.
What do you mean? Why?
They stopped handing out big, juicy, fat contracts.
Oh.
Like every other week, I'll hit up YouTube. I'll be like, hey, sign this person, like a streamer friend of mine who I think's really good.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, we spent all our budget. And I'm like, on what?
On you.
And then they're like, I'm like, what'd you spend it on? They're like, and then Twitch is handing out like the worst deals of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard about it?
I haven't heard about this. What is this?
They're just like, they used to offer deals, but they've realized that even if people leave who are big streamers, they still have a monopoly. It's like 70% of the whole market.
Yeah.
So like, we don't need to pay anyone. So they just don't.
Right.
And no one will leave unless they get paid by YouTube, and YouTube's pockets only go so deep for this.
Kind of sounds like the deal with like YouTubers where, I remember like a lot of YouTubers went through like a massive phase, and they're still going through a phase where, they fucking hated the platform, especially when like the content system got implemented.
Yeah.
And then everyone wanted to leave YouTube to go to a different platform. But
And then they were like, there is no other platform.
There is no other platform, so they just gotta fucking suck it up and deal with it.
The best case like out of that is you end up looking like the Republicans who go to Gab or Truth social media, and there's like 8 of them and Donald Trump all hanging out. You don't want to be that guy.
No.
So, you just got to stick with the website even if it sucks.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, there used to be like other websites that tried to compete. Like I remember, I don't know if you were around when every like movie reviewer like moved to Blip to like try to like.
What is Blip? I don't even know.
Were you around this?
No,
this
I
thing?
don't
I
remember
remember
this.
that.
This was like back in like that guy with the glasses era where like nobody could post like reviews on YouTube. So everyone moved to this new up and coming website called Blip. And well, the fact that they haven't heard of it just says all the story that needs to be said about what happened with that website. But it just seems like anytime there's a different site that tries to compete with like the fucking big players now, it just never works out. Like, okay. Are you allowed to say, now that you've been streaming on YouTube for a while, do you think it has an opportunity to compete with Blip in the future?
With Blip?
Oh, sorry. With Twitch.
I'm coming back, baby.
Blip's the big player, man.
All right, I'll announce it here. I'm going to Blip. With Twitch as a live streamer?
Yeah.
I think for the next 5 years, Twitch will probably remain the top dog.
Yeah.
But I do think Twitch is mismanaged so badly at the top. Like the only way to grow on Twitch, and everyone internally knows, is to grow on another website and then go to Twitch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of pressure for them to be profitable, and they've done or announced that they might slash pay. They're 30% for creators, or they might make people run ads. And so they've done a lot of things that are unfavorable, but it's because Amazon's like, hey, you've been losing hundreds of millions for 5 years now. Could you please stop? And eventually I think what will break the camel's back is if they get rid of Twitch Prime.
Right. Well, because another thing that I've realized recently about Twitch is that I feel like Twitch, in my mind, was way more of a mature platform. than I thought it was, because I think what made me realize this recently was the recent meta of just, streaming copyrighted shows, right? And there was just nothing that was done about that. And you look at something like YouTube, I mean, you lasted 24 hours or something before you had your first ban on YouTube or something like that.
Dude, I got knocked off so many times for listening to songs. Even if I listen to the Naruto, hey, so and I'm playing a blitz game of chess, and I'm like, let's go, boys. It'll just be like boop, and then it'll take me down. And so it's crazy what you can get away with on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of streamers would struggle, even with the daily hey, let's react to videos thing.
Yeah.
And they would just get burned.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of that anyway. I don't really like
reacting to videos.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? It's tight.
Why? Why would I want to? I don't know. Just watch YouTube offline. Why you gotta? I don't know.
Well, I agree with you. I think 95% of the time, the thing that I like doing is watching. What I do these days, I have my mods, I pay them all. And I'm like, hey, get me a list of the coolest food from every country. It'll be a minute clip of all that, and I'll watch them all on stream. And so it's a compilation of all of those with the overarching idea of which place is the coolest food.
I think you did one with YouTubers from different countries recently.
Yeah, exactly. And so that I do that a lot. But I get uncomfortable when I'm just sitting there, even watching a Kurz Gazette video. And they've given me permission to watch it, but sometimes I'm sitting there and it's almost I feel like I'm high, and I'm like, I haven't said anything in a while. Or do they know that I haven't said anything? And then I'll watch XQC react to you ever watch him. He reacts to movie recaps.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Have you seen this?
I haven't seen this.
It's a text-to-speech voice that is someone wrote, and it'll be a movie like The Martian. And it'll be Matt Damon goes to space, and he has to live there for 60 days. And it's the entire movie for 10 minutes, and he just watches it, and he won't say a word. And I'm like, man, he's the GOAT.
That is a new level of just gaming the system.
Yeah.
What's next? Just reading entire Hollywood scripts, text to speech or something like that.
That'd be fire. Just the B movie, text to speech, and you're sitting there reacting, laughing, as if you could actually see it in your mind.
It's Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
So is it because I've talked to a lot of Twitch streamers, and they constantly talk about the meta of whatever's going on in Twitch. How is that set? Is it just a few people at the top just figuring out something new, and then everyone just kind of copies that?
It's just like toilet paper. You know, when everyone was buying toilet paper, everyone's just freaking out what they think is the meta.
Yeah.
It's just such bullshit. Everyone just this is the meta, and you're why? Just because one person did it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just, it feels like a fire set where everyone's just trying to
same thing on
panic
YouTube,
and
though.
get it. Is it really? I don't know. YouTube's. I don't know. It's
I
different
think
than YouTube.
I think for a lot of trends that are a lot easier to do, I guess, and obviously if Mr. Beast starts doing something, then not everyone's going to jump onto that because there's a high bar of entry. But if it's something like any of the fucking stupid YouTube challenges, right? It was also the same thing.
I guess, but I feel on YouTube at least there is tangible numbers where you can be this is the result. If you take a hot knife and cut something, you'll get 10 million views. That's guaranteed. But sometimes on Twitch, I feel it's just oh, this big guy did it, and there's no numbers saying this improved or did any better. It's just just jump on it.
I think it's usually related to something timely. So r/place is a great example. That could have only happened in that
makes
window.
sense, though. Yeah, I'd say that's valid.
Among Us, when it came out, is because it was hot.
Yeah.
And usually the metas are things that are happening because either there's an innovation, oh, I can stream in a hot tub in a bikini.
Okay,
innovation.
yeah,
Is that innovation?
That's innovation.
That's American ingenuity.
We're going forward.
The car, the plane, Amaranth, in that order. And so that's usually what dictates it. But you're right. Sometimes there's lulls and downtimes.
Yeah.
And then XQC will play Fall Guys, and it's
oh my God,
is
it's the meta.
Fall Guys back now? And it's yeah. And you can kind of force the meta.
Yeah, it does feel like that. One time there was a thing where it was the meta was putting the VTuber tag.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, but that's a faux meta. It's it's useless,
I guess
right?
so.
Yeah.
It's not like chess, which was a real
It's
was
just falling off now.
Yeah.
chess is. I mean, it's kind of coming back as candidates. I'm trying to make it a meta again. I'm trying to bring it back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're one of the meta setters, right?
Yeah.
I have the power. I think I can, because I have this idea of chess, but you see the eval bar while you play.
Right.
And you've all done chess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, as in the players see the eval
Yes.
bar.
While you're playing, you see the eval bar, which if you don't know, there's like a bar and it's usually split 50% white, 50% black when you start. And the better you play, like the more in one favor it is.
Yeah.
And you know when you're playing in a tournament, you're like, am I doing bad? Am I winning? Like, what the fuck is going on? But if you could see a bar that's like, you are doing great, you'd be like, cool. And I think you play better because of it.
I don't think I would though. I don't know. Like
This is literally the equivalent of having the friend behind you go,
yeah.
Yes, but the friend is Magnus Carlsen.
literally. Just
Yeah.
like, oh.
Like I remember when I first tried streaming chess, I thought, okay, I'm okay at chess, right?
Yeah.
And then I was trying to stream it for the first time while reading Twitch chat, and like my performance just dipped by about 20%. I swear to God, because if there's a game that like backseat gaming puts you off of, it's chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you constantly doubt yourself with every single move. So I don't know if that would help or enhance. I guess
Well,
like
no, because Twitch chat's all dumbasses. The eval bar is God. You know, you
The
see
eval bar's a literal algorithm that like works in your favor, right?
But I feel like it would snowball it way more, right? Because if you're ahead, you would get like way more confident. But if you're like even like 5% behind, I feel like that would,
rip.
I feel like
win.
rip. Okay, remake, guys. I'm
never gonna
done. I'm
recover.
tilted. I'm already
Yeah.
tilted. You know.
I think it'd be interesting, like for example, if it says like mate in 13, it's like, okay, now I spend more time looking to find something. Even if you don't find it, and I think it'd make you play better.
Yeah, and then you run the clock and you lose.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
well,
what
either
will
way,
happen.
I'll bring the meta back. I will implore you all to jump back into the chess meta. You've all,
I'll try.
You've all
I'll
enjoyed
be
it.
down.
I'll try.
I can beat
Okay.
Connor another time in chess.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
sure.
Hey, me and you. Who can't?
God damn it.
I got a DM from Iron Mouse before this, and she's like, "Be mean to Connor," and I was like, "All right,
What the fuck?
all right."
It's not hard.
Yeah, everyone's mean to me. I guess. Just a good,
Oh, no.
just a good punching bag. What can I say, dude?
I like to play more like because one thing that's awesome about chess.com is that the UI is just so clean. But I remember like playing Connor with like a real board, and that was just like way more challenging than like right.
It's so hard to see things.
I know.
Yeah, because you have to
know.
stand up and look at them
Yeah,
from above.
I don't understand. Like, I think it's a thing when they teach young people, they never have them play online.
Yeah.
Because it's so much harder to go from online to on the board.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other way around.
Yeah. It's like it's weird how much just playing on that UI just improves your performance, and trying to play with a real life chessboard is kind of like going from an automatic car to a manual car. You're like, how the fuck does this work? I've completely forgotten everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's why you beat me that last time we played in real life.
I think I had more experience playing over the board than I did.
That's true.
From
That's
like
true.
childhood?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of the time. It wasn't very good.
Welsh chess school.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, my experience was just my uncle beating my ass repeatedly and then ignoring me for the rest of the day.
See, my dad always wanted to play chess until I started beating him. And then he was like, I don't want to play anymore.
Wait, at what age were you beating your dad?
Like 10.
What?
Yeah.
Was your dad dumb as bricks?
No. He was okay, I think. I don't know. Well, as a kid, you have no sense of what is a good chess player.
Sure. Of course not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So like you're one of like the top Twitch streamers just like in general
Is he
right now.
Twitch
Or,
streamer?
well, you're one of the top, was.
He's one of the. He's fell off the most on.
Yeah.
I do have the world record for the biggest fall off of all time, from 283,000 subs to 0. No one is close. No one's close.
Where's the Sunny V2 video of that?
Dude, I hate Sunny V2. I was talking about. I hate that
We
guy.
spoke about this yesterday on the yard.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Because he does like the random YouTube generator, and it's like how this person fell off, and then it's just like always based off like looking up their social blade and being like, view gone down, they are worthless human.
Right.
And it's not substantial.
Yeah, and at 90% of the time, it's just a Minecraft YouTuber, and it's
Yes.
I swear that's like 80% of his channel. And then occasionally you get like, I think he released like the Shane Dawson one recently.
Yeah.
where
Wait,
he
he
was.
calls it a downfall, but it's like he's making more than enough views and
But it's
more
just
than
a
enough
dramatic, like trying to make it dramatic to pull in views and
Yeah, of
it's
course.
just I don't know.
I mean, it's clearly working
It's
for
a
him.
boring formula as well.
Yeah.
It's the sad reality of like, because I was a journalism student when I went to college, and there's a whole semester we spend on like just general trends. and there was this one news station that did only good positive news stories for like a month, and the ratings plummeted.
Yeah.
Really?
And then they went right back to like sensationalist, highway chase, bank robber, murder in your area, because it just gets more views.
Yeah. I mean, that's just true with, I think, every platform, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Even
people
if
just
it's-
love watching train wrecks.
Yeah, they do. They
But
do.
I think there's only
He's good at gambling.
there's not that many actual like big downfalls on YouTube. It's just people just fizzling out or people who quit. Like,
Yeah.
if you quit, is it a downfall? Like, I don't.
Like on your own volition?
Yeah, if you're like, I'm done with YouTube.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Well, because like I think we mentioned this as well. Like Epic Mealtime, right? He was like, yeah, she's not getting views, so I'm quitting. It's like that's not a downfall. The dude just quit.
But like also sometimes like there are creators that just like fucking burn out. They just need like
Yeah,
a break from the platform. But like we've seen enough people like go off, do their own fucking thing, and then just come back in like a different way or a different like seeing like for example like Ray William Johnson become relevant again through like YouTube Shorts and TikTok. It's just like so weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah, considering like how he was like kind of like for like the longest time the staple of like the biggest YouTuber who fell off. He quit Equals 3 and nobody ever heard of him, and then now he just did his own thing, and now he's come back in a different platform.
They
you
do
know?
so well.
Yeah,
His
right?
shorts get millions of views,
Yeah.
and it's all like cringy roasts.
It's literally he's recycling the formula of Equals 3, but because of the meta right now, it's just working again.
Yeah.
And it's so it's because I remember I was like flicking through TikTok and then he just like randomly showed up. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I completely forgot about this guy, and he's still doing the exact same shit.
Oh, he's doing React too?
yeah.
So the thing I saw from him, he would find a TikToker and he would just roast them.
Oh, he does that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, he would just sit there and he'd be like, "You look like you've never had sex in your life, you virgin head ass."
That's fucking comedy.
Yeah, and then he'd
Got him, dude.
they'd be like really mean though, and then he'd always end it with a "Nah, I'm just kidding." And I was like, "You went in on them."
That's the magic word.
Yeah, but I guess you can't have success even that many years
Yeah,
later.
I saw a TikTok where he literally started off being like, check out this video. And I'm like, oh my God, the nostalgia wave of Equals 3 just came back. It was
Yeah.
exactly the same formula.
I saw one that was it was something about Drake had kind of like blocked off traffic so you could get out or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then his whole
that's
thing was like, man, doesn't it suck when celebrities just think they're better than you guys? Right? Like, comment, subscribe. Dude. When you think, like, it's like, what is this? Like, yeah, no shit. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just, oh, God.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
like pandering to you, making you feel like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's given me like more confidence as a creator because I see them and I'm like, man, if I fall off next year, no problem. There's a chance. There's always a chance, baby.
Dude, I would love to see Garnt in 5 years just on TikTok roasting people. No enemy watching. No
kidding.
pussy.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
Just kidding.
I'm just playing, man.
That's the future for God.
I think that is the future for all of us, though, right? The views either start trending down until you eventually like quit because you don't want it to go so down that you're sad,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you pivot to something that like makes you happier. That's totally separate.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about like at which point do you throw in the towel? At which point do you stop huffing the copium and you realize, okay, guys, it's time to give
time
up.
to pack it in.
It's time to give up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man, it's hard, isn't it? Because it's like, because if you have enough of a backlog, especially on YouTube, even
Yeah.
if you're not making like the most amazing views, the backlog can still like kind of save your ass.
It'll make money for years.
Yeah, it'll make money forever as
right.
long as it's all monetized, right? So it's like, some people say like, oh, if I get like 0.1% of the views that I used to get, then it's like time to pack it in. But there's people who have been around, who have those like mega hits,
Yeah.
and that are still picking up views that are just like sticking around, even though they make like 3,000-4,000 views a video.
Yeah. Because we were talking about Sunny V2 and his recent Shane Dawson video. He was
Yeah.
just like, man, Shane Dawson's views dropped off by 90%. He used to make 40 million views per video, and now he only makes 4 million
Only
views.
4
and I'm just
million.
like, damn, I wish I was making 4 million views per video.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, you close out a full screen and you see his views are like at 2 mil. It's like, what? He's doing better than you.
Damn, I wish I could be irrelevant with 4 million
Yeah,
views.
right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Irrelevant.
Jesus Christ.
I think it was a lot different because when I started streaming, I decided I would only do it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was like, after 5 years, I'll stop, and then I'll just have to find something new.
Why 5 years?
Because I thought that was a long time.
I mean, it is
It is a long
time.
time.
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
long time.
That was
Yeah.
it. And I'm at 4. I'm at
Right.
4 in May, and contractually, I have to do a little over 5.
God forbid. God forbid.
But it has trended up enough. And now I feel a pressure to keep doing it also because I have like 15 employees that I think I'll go a bit longer. But I do like hard capping and like forcing yourself to either review if this is what you still want to do or consider other things to do.
Right. What would you do?
Yeah.
Wiki feet.
I was going to say, that foot just right in my face.
Do you know my rating on Wiki feet?
What is your rating on Wiki feet?
5.55.
How is that possible?
I know.
Wait, it's out of 5 stars though.
I know.
How's that? You're like hacking Wikifeet?
My grippers are that good that I've shot above 5.
Where are you ranked on the entire website?
I'm the GOAT.
The goat of Wikifeet. That's what we're going to title this episode. The goat of Wikifeet.
No face in
No
it.
face, just your foot.
Just Photoshop it over me for the whole 2 hours.
The fans will be like, oh.
But yeah, I've never really thought about it because I guess I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy who's scared to think of future, so I think very present.
It's crazy to think you've only been doing it for 4 years though.
It's a long time.
I think you just
no,
blew
it
up
is,
from
but-
the Subathon, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of
No.
no?
Well, I feel like you'd blown up before then, and then the subathon just like put you in the
propelled it even
stratosphere.
further.
No.
Really?
I wish.
What do you mean?
Okay, going into the subathon, I averaged 20,000 viewers.
Did?
Yes.
Holy shit.
And then the subathon happened, and it's like, Nyan Cat theme planes, and I'm popping off. But then it ended, and within 60 days, I was back down, not just to 20,000, but to like 15 to 20,000 average. I was below what I was before the subathon. And in my mind, after it ended, I was like, I'm a 30K Andy now. I have passed. I am onto the XQC territory.
Right.
But that's not how it went. Everyone just left because they were more interested in the timer. And I realized I never really showed what my content was.
Right.
I was just a vegetative state on stream while a timer played that people were watching.
Right.
And so no one actually knew what I did or cared what I did.
So what was the thing that initially blew you up, you think?
I started to get to like the 1,000 views just from like posting YouTube videos and they were doing like, well, they'd get like maybe like 100K.
Yeah.
And then it was Pog Champs.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, that's what blew you up?
I went from like maybe like 5K to like easy like 10, 12, even 15K sometimes. Because I was farming jokes. I like would buy books and I'd make fun of like chess players. And so chess.com would put me on like their like front screen, like in breaks, and it would just be me. And I just used to like, I remember every day I would end stream and there'd be like an LSF clip and it'd be like, this new streamer is making jokes on chess website. And I was like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And then right after PogChamps ended, Among Us hit.
Okay.
And Among Us was, people don't remember, but it was weirdly competitive to try to get into lobbies.
Yeah.
Right.
Toast was talking about that to me as well
Yeah.
the other day, where it was kind of like there was like a kind of like circle where you would always try to get into the lobby, but there was only like nine places, right?
It's 10, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10. So even if you circle through people, you're never going to get through everyone who wants to join your lobby.
No.
Yeah, so it kind of weirdly felt like became like political in a sense.
Very, yeah.
Yeah.
And like the biggest lobbies were the OTV ones, and they had like obviously their group of friends that they've had. So they would always have 10, but people would drop after an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so I remember a lot of the times it'd be me and Corpse Husband. It was before he had really blown up too. And we'd just be like waiting in the Discord, and then it'd be like one spot open, and we'd both be like, I'm here. And then like we'd get in, and eventually like, you get in enough times. And I think the one thing that I was good at was being okay with losing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are just, their egos are so
Rage
big.
quit.
Yeah.
They just hate being losers. But if you're a really good loser and it's fun to laugh at you when you lose, then it's fun for other people to play with you and beat you.
Yeah.
So I was cool with that.
I mean, it's weird to think like how much Among Us just catapulted so many streamers up into like.
I can't take people seriously when they say Among Us. My brain is rotted.
Among Us.
It is. It
I
has.
heard
Like,
Among Us. I'm like,
IQ drops to 2.
I feel my brain being caved in slowly. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's like when the dent is in.
I literally feel that happen. I'm a fucking, oh my God, I'm an infant.
Yeah. But it was really the shit. It made so many people, and it was so easy too. I remember I would watch other people's streams while streaming, and I'd be at like my peak viewership ever. And I'd be at like averaging 25,000, and I'd just be, cause I'd be dead. And I was like, well, if I talk over it, it is worse content than if I just shut up and then I watch Germa on my other monitor.
Right.
So I just do that.
Wow.
Damn, when's the next Among Us coming? Because I feel like was that like the last massive trend that really just blew up a lot of streamers, or do you think there's been like something else?
I think
since
what was cool about it is everyone was in on it, but it opened up everyone collaborating. But now they collaborate with everything, right? Like there'll be just people being degenerate in VR chat together, or like Rust servers in their sweatier, or Fall Guys and they're more casual.
Yeah.
But it's just now everyone collaborates with everyone.
Right, okay.
Where's Among Us 2, man?
Dude.
That's what we're waiting for.
I'm waiting for VR Among Us, man. That actually looks
VR
fun.
Among Us, yeah.
That'll be hype for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then totally fall off.
Until people start getting sick of it.
Yeah, everyone hates wearing the headset.
Yeah, exactly.
it's,
Well, Soda Pop is going to bring his mute to the VR chat Among Us, and then it's going to be weird. It's going to get all problematic.
Oh my god.
Oh god. That's going to be an interesting time.
Yeah.
So like you do a lot of events now and stuff like that. Is that something you've always wanted to like work up towards, where you can get this freedom and just to do a lot of different fun events? Like how did that idea come about, where you just wanted to like do tournaments and do events and do like mogul money and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think they're always the thing that I feel like if you're at a successful point streaming and you get a shit ton of money, you should put effort back in.
Yeah.
And events always seem to be successful.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I think the GOAT is Germa.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's like so original.
Oh, I saw his like he did the Sims, like the
Dollhouse one?
Sims Dollhouse one.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
Like
It's insane. Like his brain comes up with that, and I know he has like a few coming up that are like he's told me about. And like he did one that I did with him where he was in like a room and he had a clipboard and he had people dressed like him.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
To try to
So
replace him.
Yeah.
And then it was a reveal that it was a replaced Germa show, and it was like America's Next Top Model or whatever, one of those game shows with buzzers. And it, like he's just has an insane mind for it, but I'm not nearly as original, so I think I'm doing more of like the e-buy route. And like you probably saw his stream. He got the viewership record.
3 million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought my Twitch had glitched when I logged on to Twitch and saw that.
He had more than all of Twitch combined, and it's because like he did an event, and I don't think he's like nearly as original or as creative as Germa, but he's doing events to such like a high level that it's like every week you tune in, and it's like, oh, he's doing a mogul money, oh, he's doing a boxing event, oh, he's doing a cooking show, and I think that's the goal, is to get to there.
Right. Yeah. Because the one thing that I always respect about that is, you know, it's different being a YouTuber doing an event versus I think being a Twitch streamer and doing an event, because, you know, we can like plan big projects, big videos, but we can edit that, you know, we can pre-film that, we can edit out stuff that doesn't work. You guys are doing it live, right? Which takes like, I'd argue like double the team to be able to make
And
something
like 10
like this
times
work.
the planning as well.
Yeah. Like the Dollhouse thing, like I can't even like imagine how many staff members he needed to run that live.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Guys, watching Netflix without using ExpressVPN, it's like going to the theme park and only being allowed to go on one ride. Why would you do that? It might not even be the best ride there.
Guys, you've probably realized by now that Netflix doesn't give you everything you've been paying for. You can unlock every single content library by just changing your location to different locations, and ExpressVPN allows you to do that.
Joey, what have you been watching on Netflix recently?
You know, since we mentioned it so much on Trash Taste, I thought, you know, I want to go back to the classics, watch some Always Sunny, but unfortunately, it's not available. But thankfully, thanks to ExpressVPN, I can unlock it with a quick and easy step. I just open the app, I select the country, tap one button, and then boom, I'm connected and I can watch every single episode of Always Sunny.
Guys, let me tell you why you should choose ExpressVPN over other VPNs.
Tell me.
It's got blazing fast speeds.
Thank God.
You can stream in HD with zero buffering.
So be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/trashtaste. Don't forget to use our link at expressvpn.com/trashtaste to get an extra 3 months free of ExpressVPN.
Go on, Joey, say the line.
Back to the episode.
Like, how many staff members do you have to like help you just function with the stuff that you do?
I have 15 full-time employees right now
Holy shit.
Damn.
who I hire.
Fucking hell. And you're just one guy.
I'm just a dude.
Us three, I think you hire more people right now than we do.
Yeah,
all of you combined?
Yeah, all of us combined. Yeah.
It's helpful because what you find out is like, okay, you do need a huge team to do all of this, and it's much better if it's in house as opposed to reaching out to someone else to do it all.
Right.
Because then there's like onboarding, and they might not do it right, and you can't really get mad at them because they're
just doing their job.
They're doing their job.
I think we figured out how much work and effort it takes to plan like a live show when we did like our 24-hour charity stream.
Yeah.
And even that was like, I think like pretty simple compared to some of the stuff you guys are doing.
Oh, yeah.
But that took like months and months of planning. And like, yeah, even still, it was like fucking hard to pull off as well.
Yeah,
Because you have to stay up.
Yeah. Like the schedule crumbled by the second half because we were all just so fucking dead. Because we planned to do like 6 or 7 other things in the second half, and we're all just like, let's just read donations for the next 2 hours.
I remember watching, and it was like a period where you all looked like you had taken ketamine, and you're reading donations, and you're just in a daze. Like Connor, you were just like, "Thank you," and like people were talking next to you, and I don't even think you were in it.
No, I was completely dead. I don't know why.
It was such a good event, though.
Yeah, it was really
you.
fun.
Thank you, thank you,
We really
thank
want to
you.
do another one.
Yeah. I mean,
We do?
I
We do?
like the idea of doing the other
24-hour?
one. But I remember the last 7 to 8 hours of that stream, and I just like, we need some way to like rotate out or something, guys.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
that was hard.
Just do like 8-8-8 or something, or just have one person sleep while the other person. It's like when old military people would be on guard, and then the other people rest, and then you
your
swap.
turn.
Yeah. I think we made the mistake of drinking when Chris came on, and then like after we
'cause
stopped
Chris
drinking when he
wanted to
came
drink,
off,
yeah.
that's when it like truly hit, and that's when like the
Chris
lack of
turned up
energy.
with like cider, and he's like, "Boys, let's drink." And I was like,
Oh shit!
"Oh,
Not gonna say no. but-
I mean, he came all the way. I mean, it was good though. It was good. I think it turned out really well.
yeah.
Man,
I always wondered why you don't stream on YouTube.
Me?
I think I talked to you about that. You guys, because you guys are so big on YouTube. Like you're the biggest podcast, I feel like, in terms of floor, or one of the on YouTube. And I was like, oh, it would make so much sense to just stream on YouTube. You'd probably get a bunch of viewers. But then you're like, everyone go to Twitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we decided to go for Twitch instead of YouTube.
Maybe one day they can sign us, right?
This is why Twitch. This is why Twitch stays on top. Because when you're like, "What do I live stream?" You're like, Twitch.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we didn't really have much plans regarding the live streaming. It was kind of like an experiment. And the experiment turned out really, really fucking well. And then we are kind of like figuring things out as we go along. Because I think always our YouTube is our main priority, and then the After Dark Twitch streams were just things that we wanted to do on the side.
And Twitch is pretty helpful. They've given us some more incentives to stream on their platform as well, which is good, which YouTube hasn't. So it's kind of like whichever platform is like, hey, we'll help you. We'll give you reasons.
You're like a kid, and it's like just a old truck waving candy in front of you.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, because the platforms do the same thing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of whichever one is willing to help you out more and give you more tools to do what you need to do.
Yeah,
we just went for the truck that had more candy.
Yeah. A lot of candy in that truck.
Well, how's the changeover been from like Twitch to YouTube?
Oh, terrible.
Just the worst.
I think I had the foresight to ask one of like the people I hire. He's a developer. His name's Otto. To make an extension that would make the transition much more seamless, and that's been a godsend. Because I don't know if you've ever been in a YouTube chat.
Oh, it's awful.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
The delay is terrible.
Horrific.
Yeah.
The messages flow like water, and you can barely read them. You feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah.
And everyone is just like a YouTube normie, so they're all just kind of not fun to talk to.
How haven't they fixed that? It seems so simple to fix.
Because they have like a million employees and are bloated and are
But
slow.
you had like Susan, you know? Do you like Susan fix it?
I can be, but then she'll be like, yeah, and they'll do like 8 months of analysis and research, and then figure out how to fix it, and then decide if they want to fix it. They're just slow, and I think they will. It'll just be like in 2 years.
Right.
I realized yesterday after going on the yard, right, that Susan had to go up those ladders.
Yeah,
You made Susan go up like ladders to get onto.
I did.
Fuck, dude.
Susan, I interviewed her on the yard set. It's in her attic.
Susan would just be the
What
CEO.
what ladder is this?
To get to my podcast room, we basically changed a closet into just like a ladder room. And it's kind of like a fireman ladder.
It's
and
literally a vertical ladder.
That's your closet.
It was a closet, and then we just changed it into that. Because the only other way to get in is like it's one of those attic doors that you have to pull down with a string.
Right.
But it goes into my roommate's Aiden's room,
Right.
and it leaves dust everywhere, so we don't like to use it. So I offered Susan that, and it's like more diagonal, and she was like, "No, I want to go up the ladder." And I was like, all right, bet. No help though.
How did that happen?
Susan thing?
Yeah.
tweeted at her jokingly while doing the podcast.
Yeah.
And because they were like, do you talk to Susan? I'm like, yeah, I'm close with her. I'm tight with her. So I just, as a meme, I was like, come on my podcast. And then she talked to like the people who hired me to YouTube, and she's like, man, I'm down. Like, let's see if we can set it up. And then she actually came, and she was super nice.
Were you like, shit?
I was nervous.
I was joking.
Well, okay, what's fucked? Okay, so we started joking before she was gonna come on, because she knew we knew she was coming on.
Yeah.
About Susan, and we make some not so savory jokes.
Yeah.
You know, we made some jokes about dogs who run a clinic, and in the clinic they are scientists and they test by having sex with adult women. Anyway,
what is the point of this joke?
I don't know where it spawned, Connor.
Okay,
it just
all right,
happened.
okay,
It happened.
all right, okay.
And the joke devolved to a point because we kept running with it and no one wanted to end it.
Yeah.
Where we're talking about a Doberman named Bruce having sex with Susan. And we're all laughing about this. And then Susan reaches out to my partner manager and she's like, what's a good episode of The Yard to listen to?
None of them.
And he's like, he listens. He's like, I'll give you one. And she's like, no, I want to listen to the most recent one. And he's like, no, you don't. And she's like, no, I really do. And so I think she listened to it. And I think she's so aware of the content that happens that she was cool with it. She was like, oh, I get it. Like, you're just making content and you're doing anything to make jokes.
Just joshing around.
Yeah. And she was cool with it. But I was like, that was the most nervous I was. It's like when she came and I was like, I'm going to get yelled at. I'm sorry.
So what was that about dogs you said?
Dude, I would be mortified.
It's like a teacher calling you into their classroom.
Yeah.
Being like, so I saw the note that you were passing around in the classroom.
What a missed opportunity, Susan. Could have roasted him.
Oh, yeah. No, we're good.
That would have been some
good,
great
Sus.
content. That would have been some amazing content.
It would have been.
Add that to the downfall of Ludwig.
I watched the whole thing. It was really good. You killed it.
Yeah, it went great. And I think it was good. Like, it made her seem like a human, because I don't think... Because like I just genuinely don't think people get to see her a lot.
Yeah.
And the whole science laboratory.
Yeah, and she is formed in a lab, of course. Like all CEOs have to legally be. Pour water on them.
Took 3 weeks ago.
Did you have to do a lot of prep for that episode? Because like whenever we have guests on, we just do like zero prep, and it's been eye opening. Like going on like other podcasts and meeting other creators, having like fucking talking points laid out, and I'm like, shit, man, what are we doing?
We should probably do that.
We should probably do that. That
Wait,
sounds
you
like
guys
a
are
good
trying? Wait, what? We do the same thing when we have guests, but with this one, I had to tell them everything I was going to do. Because she has like a team. She's like content person, social media person, YouTube person, and they all hopped in a meeting. They're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to get an NFT of Homer Simpson spreading his asshole and then say, I bought an NFT. And they're like, no. And I was
I want to bring in a Doberman, you know?
I couldn't believe you showed the Pepe emote. That
was golden.
I didn't tell him about that.
Oh, you just did it?
That's the one thing I did, because I told him about everything, and I was like, well, I really want to catch her off guard. And so then I was like, I'll show a picture of a Pepe hanging himself, which maybe wasn't the classiest idea.
Yeah.
Were they annoyed about that?
No. The only thing, because there was literally a watch party downstairs in my living room while it was happening, and I could hear laughter like through every part, and so I knew I was killing it when they would laugh. But there was one part where I came down after, and they were like, yeah, everyone viscerally cringed, and it was when I said the word "come." And I was like, wow, I'm shocked, because I showed them so much worse things, I thought.
You said the word "come" in what context? It was just
because I talked about how my girlfriend's podcast gets demonetized, and it was just a broader intro to demonetization.
Right.
And I was like, well, our podcast, we talk about shit and cum a lot, just to like, that's what we do. And then apparently they were like losing it downstairs and just devolving into like Among Us sus picture face. And that was it.
oh my god!
I can accept a frog hanging itself, but I draw the line at shit and cum.
Let's be classy. Let's have some decorum.
I think we're in trouble as well. Then I suppose
A lot of cum talk here.
What? Well, maybe a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit. Not like we just had
Susan?
just had a hentai artist on recently. That was an interesting conversation.
I was on their show and they were like, "So you're uncircumcised, right?" And I was like, "What? You're an EU boy. You got to be uncircumcised."
Yeah, that is our intro question.
Yeah.
This has to be an uncut couch.
Surely. I believe this is all uncut.
Wow. This is an honor.
You guys should know that. We've seen each other's fucking
we're all
dicks.
well, because we're not from America.
Huh?
We're not from America. They all
Yeah.
for some reason.
See, that's why we don't have the conversation, because we've already seen each other's dicks, because
Yeah.
we go to your like onsens in Japan and everything like
We're
that.
aware of each other's circumcision circumstances.
Yeah, Connor told me that we went rock climbing and there's a shower and obviously like there's curtains and dividers. But after he's like, yeah, just so you know, like I've seen Joey's dick.
Why
like
me
that.
specifically?
Making shit up. I'm like, I've seen all my friends' dicks.
Yeah, he's like, no, Gaunt, Chris.
Pissing them off, dude.
I've seen a load of dicks. I'm like, what, are you bragging? I'm jealous, but
No, because they were asking, like, they were like, I think we sent came out about onsen. I was like, yeah, you just see each other's dicks.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you do. And they were like, what? What? Okay,
can I
that's
ask a
what you do.
question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I know what he's going to ask.
What? Why?
What are you doing?
Would this let me into an onsen? Could I cover it, or is that?
No, you're good with that. You're
No,
good
you're
with
good with that.
You're good with that, yeah. God, I thought you were just about to
thought
whip
you were
your
about to pull
fucking
your dick
out.
I thought you were going to be like, where do I stand? Do I need cream how big is my dick?
yeah.
compared
I
to
thought
yours?
you were gonna pull your dick out and be like, all right, can we go to an onsen now?
We'd be like, okay, out of 10, guys, out of 10, rate it.
How do I hold
All
up?
Wait, thinking about starting a wiki dick, out of 5, what do you?
I'm
what do you
so
guys
sorry
think?
for that, by the way. I got the tattoo, and my first fear was now I can
Onsen.
never go into a Japanese onsen.
You could also just wear, if you're really worried about it, just put a Band-Aid on it.
But isn't that like rude?
No,
No,
people do that.
no.
I thought it was like sacred, and I would be tainting the water with my
You know
ink
what's
blood.
more tainting? And if you had blood everywhere and puss all in the
Yeah,
onsen.
I guess that's
it's
fair.
Just put it. No one cares about a Band-Aid. If
Okay.
you're really, really worried about it, just put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is small enough where like people won't even see it in passing anyway. It's,
Right.
The times where they like shit themselves is if you have like a whole sleeve or something.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you got like a couple small ones,
Yeah, like
I'd
we've
be
had
very
had
impressed.
friends who have had like very, very small tattoos come on, and they just like they put a towel over it, or sometimes a lot of people just don't
Yeah.
even care.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be really impressed if you got kicked out for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
you'd have to
good
be
to
in
know.
like a really traditional place to be kicked
Yeah.
out for something like that. But
Yeah.
Like, nah, you'll be fine.
Also, why are they looking?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, why are they looking?
at that.
Yo, you slipping, bro? Hey, yo.
It's like, damn, you do leg day?
Because the thing with onsen, people think that you just like go around staring at each other's dicks and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just like no, it's just in your periphery.
It's only for the first
You-
like 10 minutes.
Yeah. You acknowledge that. Yeah.
Maybe 15 if it's like a good dick.
I need a good gander at it.
Yeah. Would you go to onsen then? You want to
Oh,
go
I
onsen?
would love to. Yeah, I'm dying to.
yeah,
I mean, I'm
hell
dying to go to Japan as a whole, as I'm sure every guest you've
Yeah,
had
because
has
you,
said.
you haven't been yet, right?
I think you're the most obsessed with Japan of any of the guests.
Yeah.
that we spoke
Yeah,
Well, you applied for the JET program.
I did, and I got declined in record pace.
Why did you get declined?
I don't know. I thought I was.
I mean,
a
I know
standout.
the selection process is really tough.
Yeah.
Is it? I thought they'd let
Yeah.
anyone on.
No,
I mean,
jet selection is actually
but they
quite
let
tough.
Chris go, so it can't be like that. Though. I mean,
That's
Bro,
true.
it was very different all those years ago.
they were just taking anyone.
It's like our economy is in shambles right now.
Do you have a heartbeat? No, when I applied, I went to like a whole seminar because I had graduated from Arizona State, and which is a university where they actually check your heartbeat and they let you in.
Yeah.
And I got a degree in English and journalism.
Right.
And
Right.
and I had recently broke up with my girlfriend. And I was like, at that pivotal point where I'm like, what do I do with
let's
my
do
life?
something.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go to Japan.
Yeah.
And I applied, and I thought I was a standout, and they're like, no shot. And I was like, oh. And like in preparation for it, that's I think what I originally like. That's where I found Chris. And I was like,
Right.
okay, I have to watch Abroad in Japan videos because I have to know the 7 things I can't do in Japan. I would hate to do those. And then I literally continued to watch it as if I'm applying every year,
Right.
even though I have no ability to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you've never been to Japan?
Never know.
because I remember you were saying like before your Twitch channel popped off, you used to watch a lot of like Japan-based creators and like Japan-based like Twitch streamers and stuff like that, right?
First guy I subbed to was Retro Gaijin.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
He's just a dude from like Ohio who lives in I think Tokyo now.
Yeah.
And I watched him back in the day, like 7 years ago, and he just used to play Smash 4, which is my favorite game back then too.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Japan, cool. Smash, cool. Combo.
Right.
And yeah, and so it's like I still watch him. I watch pretty much every Japan creator. I've seen them at some point.
Right.
You know, so I think I'm going in not disillusioned, not thinking anime will rain down from the skies, and pretty aware of everything.
Yeah.
There's subtitles.
Yeah. Well, wait, what? So there's something, right?
After the Olympics, yeah.
And I still think it'll be really tight.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, you'll love it.
Is there anything in particular you want to do there now? Because like it seems like out of every creator, you've been in like indirectly involved in the Japanese YouTube community just because you consume so much of it.
Yeah, I think because of that, that will influence a lot of what I do. Like I want to go to Dogen's place because it seems so tight.
I really want to go as well.
And he offered because I hit him that right after he got it, I hit him with that sly like nice house. Be ashamed if you didn't have someone in there filling it up.
That guest room looks awfully empty.
Yeah, exactly. And like all the classics like Okinawa. I want to go to Aomori because that seems tight.
Aomori's tight as fuck. Yeah.
And yeah, when I go, I think I'll go for a month and I'll just live there for a month.
Yeah. Don't go during the summer months though.
Yeah,
No.
everyone's like this.
It's
It
horrible
seems
right
brain
now.
dead to go.
Yeah.
I hate being here, and it's probably worse than here. Like
Oh,
LA.
it's 10 times worse than here.
Yeah,
Because
it's here, but just up the humidity by 90%.
Yeah, which is miserable.
It is.
because it sucks here. Like you go outside, it's 95, UV's like a 10. You're burning instantly.
I think yesterday it was like 110, 120, something like that.
Yeah.
Man, which is fucking disgusting.
Yeah. That's the time when we don't leave our houses. Like,
Right.
yeah.
I think the Tokyo. I saw an article where it was like Tokyo government was asking people to not leave their lights on after 3 or something because they're so short on electricity, powering all the AC.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude.
That's
Yeah.
not
I
surprising.
mean, Connor has his like AC on 24/7 during like
It's running right now, just waiting for him to come back.
I want to keep it at the same time.
I would hate if
It's
it
like
got
a PC.
muggy.
It's more expensive to turn it on and off. You know,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Just leave it running. You know? Yeah, I mean, I get like heat stroke and I faint and shit if it's too hot.
Really?
So like I pretty much just have it on all the time when I'm there. During the summer, especially, it's brutal.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who like pass out and die from the heat stroke in the summer.
Wales, we don't have that. We don't,
No,
what's the
I don't have that in the States either. I mean, like, unless someone's like hiking on the Appalachian Trail and then it's like,
right.
or you're in Arizona, which like you decided to live there, your fault.
Well, you're from New Hampshire, right?
Yes.
Is that pretty cool? Is that nice?
It gets
Like-
humid and like muggy, but it gets like, not too bad
Oh, okay.
in terms of temperature.
What is New Hampshire famous for?
We have one of the worst presidents of all time, Franklin Pierce, who committed genocide amongst Native Americans.
Oh,
And also a cool mountain.
oh okay. Well, they kind of bounces
So the mountain's really cool.
maybe you start off with the mountain, you know?
Yeah.
It was called Old Man on the Mountain, and it was just a mountain that looked like it had a face on it, and then it fell because the face was so heavy.
So now it's just a mountain.
Yeah, and now it's just like a normal mountain, but we still call it that. And we drive by and we're like, it was our 9/11. Never forget, baby.
I like how that's the equivalent to Americans. Like, is it a bad thing? It's the 9/11.
Yeah.
It's the
That is the worst thing that could happen.
nothing worse has ever happened.
No,
than
in the history. Yeah, that's it. It's a small state.
And you're the biggest YouTuber in your school, right?
No,
I know, yeah.
Fuck you,
Dude, are you not?
I went to a school. It's Hollis, Brooklyn. They had to combine 2 towns, and our graduating class was like relatively small. It was like 200 people. And I am not the biggest YouTuber who graduated from that school.
I just wanted to ask you that
Because there's this annoyingly big, successful Fortnite YouTuber who's like Mr. Top 5. And it'll be like top 5 Fortnite glitches in season 8, act 3, prog 2, and like
many
whatever.
subs does he have?
For like 4 or 5
Oh,
mil.
you ain't catching up to that.
Come on, I'll get there.
That's like 5, and by then he'll be on the Roblox hype, dude. He's on 10 mil.
He's DMing me. He's like, dude, we went to the same school, and I don't have the heart to message him back because all I feel is anger towards him.
I'm like, don't talk to me.
I'm like,
What's your podcast this season, huh?
he's also younger than me.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I was
just
going to ask, are you like a senior class or was he?
I'm older than him.
That's even more insulting.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be cooler. I was a senior. You were a freshman. So that's sad.
I'm the biggest YouTuber from my school. So that's
Of the 20.
The 20
Are you the
people.
biggest Welsh YouTuber?
No, I think there's someone
Lamau.
who did like FIFA or something.
Rolled idiot.
Yeah, Lamau. Alpha ratio.
L ratio.
Are you the biggest YouTuber from your school?
I mean, I am. I mean, I would be the biggest YouTuber in my city until fucking PewDiePie moved in.
Not anymore. But even then, still Jack.
we
would say.
got Jacksepticeye
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know, I got a ways to catch up.
Yeah.
But they came into my territory. You know, I feel
the
like
biggest
that.
native
Like, that was my,
writer.
yeah, you know, I was like born and raised there. Now.
If by that metric, I wouldn't be the biggest YouTuber in Wales. 'Cause I don't live there anymore. But native, you know.
Are you native to Brighton?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
born
that's
and raised
sick.
in Brighton. Yeah.
That's like, isn't that like an amazing town to be like raised in? It's like beautiful, right?
Yeah. I mean, right, like now it is. It wasn't even like a city when I was like growing up there. It was just like a small town, and then suddenly it became, I guess, now like the San Francisco, I guess, of the UK.
It's the
I'd say.
YouTuber hub of the UK.
Yeah, now it's
right?
like the YouTuber hub of the UK.
Yeah, everyone lives there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Every
because-
YouTuber I've met.
Yeah, either you go to London and like you hate life or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you move to Brighton and just have a great time because it's just good vibes. What can I say?
It'll be Wales soon. The Wales will be the hub of YouTube.
Well,
You'll see.
climb 8 mountains. If you pass the barn, you've gone too far.
You get one megabyte upload down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
It's like,
time.
damn, Brighton's nice, but Cardiff though.
Got some nice sheep though, right?
Yeah, we do have nice sheep.
Got a lot of
Sheep
sheep
land.
You're saying it weird though. You're saying it like you like them too much.
Nice.
Oh, they're nice sheep.
For the wool.
Cheap houses. Love cheap houses.
Yeah, I imagine cheaper than here.
Way cheaper than
I'll give you that.
Bro, anything's cheaper than here.
You did that one video where it was like, what can you get for like $1 million? Did you do Wales?
No, I did like the clickbaity ones.
Fuck.
Japan gets clicks. America gets clicks.
The
Philippines
Welsh
get
flag
clicks.
is clicks, dude.
Welsh flag does not get
It
clicks.
gets clicks, dude. It gets clicks.
You just think kids are like dragon.
Yeah, everyone's like dragon, dude.
Cool dragon.
It's like the one Welsh person trying to get like Welsh culture up there.
I'm trying my best, dude. I'm trying to. They won't do it for some reason. The Welsh Board of Marketing or whatever the fuck is not doing anything.
You could probably like say, hey, I want to start a channel with you guys. You pay for it all, and you just teach Welsh lessons once a week.
Who would I talk to? Who's the fucking guy?
You like upload YouTube video. You talk to the Welsh guy. I don't know. There's like 7 of them.
Welsh guy.
It's like 7 of us, dude.
Just go
do
in.
you know any other Welsh YouTubers actually? Now that I think about it.
No, not at all.
No one can understand them.
You know, I think I told about this story. There was this TV show that was produced by like because the Wales has their own like TV. I don't know, fucking what do you call it? Network syndicate.
Yeah.
And they had this documentary which was like about successful Welsh YouTubers, and I was so pissed off they didn't ask me.
You weren't on it?
No, because they had got someone who had like 10,000 subs. I'm not like a guy who's like, I don't give a fuck about numbers. But at that
Right.
one time, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I would have said yes. They didn't even reach out to me.
Wait, were you living in Wales at the time though?
No, but that's even more
Well, that's
hype.
probably what
Yeah.
it
That's
is then.
more hype though. Come see me in Japan, dude. From Wales. That's awesome. Like that's a success story.
Your accent's not thick enough for them anymore.
I could have brought it back. I could have. So, I just make these videos in Japan, you see, and I'm going around and I talk to the natives, and we make these fun videos. Like, I would have done it. Whatever they wanted, I would have done it. I would have been flexing anything. I was so annoyed they didn't ask me. And I'm like, I just thought, come on, there's more than people with 10,000 subs. There's someone else who could have gone.
You should bring him up and be like, do you know who I am?
Well, I think that's where, like, it was just the production company were just like, we found this guy. He seems to be doing somewhat well. Let's just,
It's good enough.
Like, followed
It was
their
probably
life.
clickbait. They probably found the guy, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll make the segment."
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we'll make the segment. We'll find the guy.
Yeah, and the person
Yeah.
who was the YouTuber had like a full-time job as well. And I'm like, that's like, what the fuck is the point of this? It's not even their main shtick.
It's like just home videos. It's
Yeah.
not even that.
I was just like, come on, guys. Like, no
What do they have in Wales? Is it a president,
we do have a prime minister.
prime minister?
Yeah.
Be that. Go be that.
I don't think it's that easy.
How many people live in Wales? In my mind,
3 million.
Just
3
run
million.
for
Oh, that's
office,
pretty
right?
big.
Well, England has like 60 million.
I mean, yeah, I know it's not that big,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's bigger than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, well, it's more than Northern Ireland, so we're not the smallest.
Right. Hey,
Who
you're not
got that
Isle of
going?
Man.
Well,
Yo's got that.
who wants to be the Isle of Man?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Chris says it's nice though.
Well,
Isle of
Isle of
Man?
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I haven't been myself. But
Well,
like,
I heard Wales is really amazing. That's-
Yeah,
no one's
I'm
been.
always sus when someone says like there's a really nice spot to travel to in the UK because I'm just like, why would you travel to the UK when you could travel out of the UK and experience something even nicer? You know what I
It's
mean?
just, people go around England. England is just the same shit, different place.
Well, I went to England my first time, and I went to a beautiful town. Do you know Stoke-on-Trent?
You went to Stoke-on-Trent.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is the same reaction I gave him. Stoke-on-Trent is
I had a
not a great
lovely
place.
vacation there.
Wait, where is it?
It's north of London.
Yeah. Why would you go
Why-
to Stoke?
why were you
Why
there?
in all of the UK did you choose to go
I
to
just thought it'd be
Stoke-on-Trent?
lovely.
Everything is north of
I
London.
thought it'd be lovely, and it
No,
seemed
he
nice.
fucking lied. He went for a Smash tournament.
There's at the college, Staffordshire.
You went all the way to for a Smash tournament.
Uh huh.
Was it worth it?
No, no, not that. I mean, it was still fun, But I've definitely gone to, like, I used to go to Smash tournaments, and that'd be like my main reason to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you guys with conventions.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's just
right.
what a Smash tournament is.
It's convention.
But then I was like, you know what? Traveling is exhausting, and I cannot do YouTube or stream when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I've gone away less. I don't know if you've noticed that with conventions.
Right.
It's like harder to sign up to go to one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why we fucking took our equipment here, so we can work on the road and make content. But other than that, I mean, I think the reason we're traveling so much this year is just because it's been like 2 fucking years of pandemic, and we just want to travel.
Yeah, we needed to get out.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We were like, I've never been like stir crazy in a country before, but that's how I felt after 2 years of Japan. Love Japan. I just miss speaking English sometimes, you know.
Right.
that was a massive thing. But what was your experience of British culture then? Because
It was pretty chill. You know, the Tesco meal deal is great. I went to a casino. Everyone was really nice. The taxi drivers were way too comfortable talking about doing cocaine. And
Stoke-on-Trent, right? That's
outside of
It's
that,
just something to do.
yeah.
great. We'll be back again. 10 out of 10. Nice Indian spot.
Cool.
But certainly not my number one vacation.
No, well, you started on.
Have you been to like London at all? Like you've seen London a bit?
We went when we did the podcast with Asa Butterfield to London,
Right.
And that was chill. But I also find, like, I went first day. I went to Coventry to do a podcast with Tommy, and I feel bad when I'm just like, oh, I'll just vacation and hang out.
Yeah.
So I didn't like do that. I just worked the whole time.
Okay.
I recorded Super Auto Pets VODs in my hotel room for like a few hours instead of going out.
Was that the same hotel that I sent you
Yeah,
to?
yeah.
Dude, they did not have a desk. How did you do that?
The mine did. Mine had like a little
Mine
desk,
didn't have a desk.
and I was just playing Super Auto Pets. It was just a game.
What,
to upload it.
live or just
No, just recorded
why?
because they did well on YouTube. And
What the fuck?
but I don't feel like I should permit myself to just
Have time.
Have
for
a night on
yourself.
the town,
What
go
the
get
fuck?
drunk.
Why not? Like now's you're signed now, so now you doesn't that much pressure.
maybe. I'm also I think I'm anxious after COVID to just like go out to a pub alone and just be like, oi oi, and just
Or when you're with your friends?
no solo.
This episode is sponsored by PC Specialist. PC Specialist are one of the leading custom PC manufacturers in Europe, specializing in gaming PCs, laptops, workstations, and a whole lot more.
Did you know that they focus on building high-performance systems for gamers, enthusiasts, content creators, that's us, and professionals? We wish we were that.
That's not us.
They have an
wish.
easy-to-use configuration, allowing you to customize each component of your build to your own desire.
Each PC is meticulously cable managed to ensure neatness and tested to ensure stability and performance.
All of their PCs are powered by Windows 11, playtime anytime.
Thank God.
Hell yeah. You can order now with the link on screen, or just click the link in the description and use code TRASH at checkout.
But be warned, guys, that this is for a limited time only. Be in for a chance to win big with an epic free PC gaming setup worth over, get this, £4,000. With Intel, Asus ROG, and its PC Specialist during Intel Gamer Days. More info at the PC Specialist website. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to the episode.
Well, next time you got to come to a cool city like Brighton.
No.
Yeah, come to Brighton.
Brighton's so overrated.
It's probably
It's
nice
not.
though.
It's not.
so
What? I like
overrated.
Brighton. What? You're comparing it to what? Wales?
They're like, oh, we got like a seaside and the beach is like mid. It's like a really mediocre beach. I stayed in the worst hotel of my life in Brighton.
Really?
It was by far the worst hotel ever.
Where did you stay?
It was the one right next to the pier.
Okay, well, you don't stay near the pier, you know, that's...
Yeah, but it's like this giant hotel in the best location in Brighton. You'd think it's this historical building, and somehow they just made this like just a miserable experience. Just like I walked into the room and it was just mold everywhere. And then you go to the bathtub, you're like, oh, I'll take a shower. There's black shit all over the bathtub. You're like, what the fuck? And they charge money for this. And then I went to boil a kettle.
That's usually how hotels work.
Yeah.
What? And so I went to boil the kettle to make a cup of tea, because at least if there's one salvation in life, I can have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right? I can have that. I go there, and the coil in the kettle is just rust. Just completely rusted. And I'm like, what the fuck? These are like £5 to get the shittest kettle. Because the hotel kettles are the worst ones.
Yeah.
This is the British problem.
I can't believe they deprive you of this.
I just
Basic human right.
in the UK, that is a basic human. In the UK, the hotel room will have they won't have fridges, but they'll always have a kettle.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
They will
always
not provide toothbrush and toothpastes.
They'll have a kettle.
but they will have a
They'll
kettle.
always have a
Yeah.
kettle because you need tea.
Yeah,
You just always need a cup
You'll
of
be in
tea.
like a 1-star hotel. It's like a fucking mattress on the floor, and there'll be somehow a kettle there.
You know, we used to go to like France, right? Every year for like 3 weeks. My mum would always bring a kettle with her.
Oh, because they don't have it in France.
Because she wanted to make tea.
Yeah.
In France.
Yeah.
And in France, you're just taking a shot of espresso. Moving on with your
Just
day.
be rude to someone on the street instead. That's how you get your kicks for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, they're nice in southern France.
Yeah, maybe like
No,
Marseille.
outside of Paris, they're nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Paris, they're dicks. But that's
Yeah.
also the charm. Like, you want that.
No, fuck.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's like a fetish. You want them to like spit on you and be like,
No.
You speak French,
just
right?
go to downtown
Easy
LA, man.
pute.
You
No,
get
but
that
you
experience
But
here.
you speak French.
I speak French.
Yeah, so you probably had a better time
Yeah,
because you
so
speak French.
then- nice to
No,
you.
what will happen to me is because I speak French, but I speak kind of like a 7-year-old, and everyone in Paris speaks English. So sometimes, like, it depends, but I'll speak French, and then they'll reply in English, and I'll just be like,
No, because I
asshole.
got denied entry into a restaurant because I didn't speak French.
"Oh, that wouldn't
Yeah.
happen to me."
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rude. And
Yeah.
Yep.
probably racist.
Yeah. It is. It was absolutely racist. Yeah.
I think that's like the definition.
That's the
right?
definition of
So as I
racism.
was saying, like, you want that, like,
Well, it's such a great experience.
part of the charm.
Yeah.
Got kicked out. I was frothing at the mouth. I was
Point
like,
is,
yes.
Brighton sucks. That was
Yeah.
the main point.
Yeah, that's fair.
I disagree. Of course I would. Well, why wouldn't I? Right?
The lanes-
Brighton's an
the
actual cool
lanes-
city in the UK. I can't believe you're like digging on Brighton.
You've never been to Wales.
Huh?
You've never been to Wales.
What's in Wales?
You're going to have a look.
cheap.
It's actually this really cool YouTuber with 10,000 subs. He's my favorite.
Go to Cardiff. Bro, this is
Yo,
fucking-
Sea Dog VA's
Bro,
house.
there's-
That's not a tourist spot.
Cardiff just has like a castle in the middle of the city. How fucking sick is that? There's just a castle.
Can you go in it?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's cool.
Yeah, right?
I'm on board.
There's no castles in Brighton.
There's like Arundel Castle, which is like pretty damn close actually. It's only like
is
a
it
40-minute
destroyed?
drive.
Is it like
No, it's working. You can go in there.
working?
Yeah, Wait,
Are they
it's
fighting
working.
out of it?
People still go there.
Working.
What is it, Howl's Moving Castle?
They're currently fighting out of it right now.
Yeah. Castles are either working or ruins. What's your thoughts on English breakfast?
I mean, I love English breakfast. I wouldn't have it every day, but
It's too
Oh,
much.
wait, you
man.
wouldn't have 2,000
Actually-
calories at 8 a.m.
Wait,
every
no,
day?
no.
It's too much.
You know what they have in Wales? Actually, the best English breakfast ever. In Wales, ironically.
They don't call it a Welsh breakfast?
You're trying to single-handedly double the tourism of Wales in this
Yeah.
podcast.
There's this one place near where I grew up, and it's just like it's a farm, right? And the whole point is that all the farms come together and they all bring their produce to this store. It's like a hipster kind of thing, and so they make their own everything, like baked beans. I've never seen homemade baked beans. I didn't even know they existed. I thought Heinz had the monopoly. So
Yeah, they've owned all the beans.
I just thought you weren't. It was like illegal to make beans that didn't come in the Heinz can. But no, they made everything fresh. The egg yolk was so amazing. It was like bright red, so raw. It was amazing. Mushrooms all fresh. Bread was baked there, bro. It was game changer.
It sounds great.
I can't have English breakfast.
I mean, that's
man.
communal, right? Like that's the penultimate breakfast you can have.
Yeah, and it was expensive, but it was good. It was amazing. It was
Yeah,
so good.
I mean, like British, like English breakfast is one of the few British cuisines I'm actually proud of. You know, there's not many in England.
It's pretty
but-
fucking good to be
Yeah,
fair,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I
I
just
like a
can't
good-
have it more
Yeah.
than 3 days in a
I
row.
like shepherd's and cottage pie. That's banging.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better than American breakfast.
No, what's wrong with having 80 grams of sugar at 9 a.m.? What are you talking about?
Why did you guys trick yourselves into eating dessert for breakfast?
Yeah,
Like-
why did you guys think pancakes were a breakfast food?
Well, it's because when you're a kid growing up, there's like a cute bunny and he's like, "Wow, eat my cereal."
Do you eat breakfast?
Yeah, I have a protein shake and a banana.
Oh,
I have a boring
yeah, I was
breakfast.
gonna say that's pretty.
Because
boring.
cereal's terrible for you.
Yeah, it's awful.
And
You're not-
all
you're not having grand sandwiches at fucking
no,
Denny's.
but hey, they go hard. I do like pancakes, protein pancakes.
What?
Protein pancakes.
Yeah, you can get like pancakes that are like infused with like protein powder.
Oh,
So you get like
Does
a
it
little.
taste different or?
put protein in
You
anything.
can't really tell because I lather peanut butter on it. I love peanut butter.
Right.
So that's just my shit. You know what? If they changed British breakfast to be called English brunch, I'm on board.
Well, it's not meant to be eaten traditionally as a breakfast. It's
Oh,
always
yeah,
meant to be
yeah.
Oh,
eaten as a
English
brunch.
breakfast isn't?
No,
No.
When is English breakfast meant to be eaten, Connor?
Okay.
basically
well-
lunch.
Yeah, basically you have a
It's a
hard
late
night.
lunch.
You need
It's a late lunch.
You need a
Late
hangover
breakfast.
cure, and that's when
So
that's when,
you got to change the name to brunch. It's a marketing problem.
But British people don't get brunch. That's like
they wouldn't understand the combination of words.
Also,
no, they wouldn't actually.
I don't
What is
know.
brunch?
I don't know if English breakfast was made in like South England or North England. but-
Yeah.
Because in North England, they don't say lunch. We don't say the word lunch.
What do you say?
Dinner.
Yeah, they say dinner.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
it's,
and supper?
it's
No, they
breakfast.
say tea. They say tea for dinner.
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I would be my mum would be like, I'd be like, when's dinner? And that's like 12 o'clock. And then
Yeah.
when's tea? Which is it? Like,
That's so weird.
why do you laugh? What was that fucking face you just?
You just made up a word. Like let's have
I did not. Tea is how is tea made of word?
let's have ladder. Let's have you guys want that's drinks.
It's been around for I don't know how long it's been around for actually. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Look, you made the language. I can't be mad.
you guys skewed it. I am assuming it was bastardized into lunch.
Yeah.
Maybe it was always dinner, and then Americans were like, no, this is too complicated.
No,
only
that's just a northern thing, you know.
Yeah.
We say lunch down in the south.
Yeah, but I wonder who started
Yeah, what
saying
came first?
which one changed.
What came first,
Which one
lunch or
devi-
dinner?
Which one
Well,
deviated?
technically it's lunch, you know. That comes before dinner.
No, not funny.
Checkmate.
When you look at the map, what side is like the colloquially dumber side, or like more rural? Not
How
necessarily.
fucking dare you? How fucking
But like
dare
in
you.
America,
Definitely the north, right?
Are you trying to start a civil war?
we are.
like who are the dumb idiots that deserve nothing?
The Midlands.
Connor.
It's, yeah, well, typically the north has always been poorer.
Yeah.
Okay. That was actually
I
the,
felt the pain when Connor said that.
London's in the south.
no,
and
that
London
was the
owns
greatest
everything.
save of all time because you rephrase it in a way that makes you the hero and me the villain.
He lives in the rich south. Where
Yeah.
he's swirling his martinis while I'm swirling my iron brew infused with a shot of vodka. Just crying.
Just trying to make it through the winter.
You ever had an iron brew?
No.
Oh my god.
What's that?
That's you don't know what iron brew is? It's a Scottish drink, and it's kind of popular up north. It's this drink that's filled with sugar.
It's awful. It's
It
awful.
has more sugar than Coke.
I think Americans would love it because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys have had root beer, right?
Yeah.
I love root beer.
Really?
Yeah, root beer's
It's
awesome.
fucking vile.
I gave it to Connor. He hated it.
Vile.
I love
root beer's
beer.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
It's like poor man's medicine. It just tastes like shit.
No, that's Dr. Pepper. That's
what the fuck? Dr. Pepper tastes good.
Dr. Pepper's good.
nah. Dr. Pepper tastes too medicine-y for me. That's the medicine taste.
We gotta get every soda and do a soda tier list while you guys are still here.
Sure.
We have to go through it.
Yeah, one thing about going back to like North and South divide, like a big debate in the UK is where like even the
It's a
South
di- it's a di-
stops
it's a diagonal.
and the North begins. Because there's this place called the Midlands, right? And I don't even think the Midlands exists, you know, because anything above London is the North to me, right? No. Yeah. Where does the North begin for you, Connor?
It's literally been like there have been studies on this. It's like a diagonal line, right? Where it's kind of because it's not like everyone wish it was a horizontal line, but it's diagonal.
Because you don't want to throw Wales in there.
Well, no, because Wales would be considered north.
Right, that's why it's diagonal. Because
Yeah.
if it wasn't, Wales would be part of the South.
No, it would be probably part of the north, I'd imagine.
Oh, still?
Well, it depends on
yeah.
which part of Wales. Because like Wales is kind of in the middle
Right.
of England,
Yeah.
so it's kind of I don't know.
But are the major cities in the south or the north?
What like Cardiff?
Yeah.
Cardiff South.
Yeah,
Which
so
would be
you'd in the
south.
south. Yeah.
I'm not from Cardiff.
All right.
I'm from the north.
You're from the poor section.
yeah.
Unfortunately. Again, the poorer of Wales, which is all poor. I'm from the poor of
You're
Wales.
the poor, really poor.
My man's struggling.
Yeah, I just can't get. I can't catch a break. And I didn't even get the documentary to be on the Welsh biggest YouTuber.
No W's from Wales.
I literally can't
So
get.
are
a
you
dub.
sure you're from Wales?
Even
You
in
have money.
Wales, even in Wales, I can't get a dub.
I think my favorite thing I've heard about the Midlands is who were you hanging out that said they went to Birmingham and they were like, I understand why they called it the Midlands.
I forgot who it was. It was like, I was like, I think it was one of my friends from high school because he lives in the UK now. And he was like, yeah, I went to Birmingham the other day. And I was like, why'd you go to Birmingham? And he's like, I have a friend who lives in Birmingham. And it's like, it was pretty mid. I think that's why they call it the Midlands.
Man, Stoke-on-Trent
It's like, that's beautiful.
is above Birmingham. I just looked where it was.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was like in the middle. Oh my god.
Wait, so Birmingham is the south?
No, Birmingham's
middle.
Midlands. Although that's what people from Birmingham would say.
You're
Yeah.
like an hour from Stoke-on-Trent is like an hour drive from where I grew up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lovely town. You should go visit it with your family.
Go to Smash 20?
Yeah.
Why was there? I don't even want to know.
Did you have fish and chips while you were there?
I haven't actually ever had fish and chips in the UK.
Oh.
I refuse. I don't think you guys would do fries, correct?
What the fuck? your fries suck here.
Wendy's, bro. Come on, you had
those
them.
fries were good, but like thick fries from like
Fat Burger?
That was
terrible.
vile.
Yeah.
You guys can't do like thick cut fries.
No.
Or chips.
But I also don't want them. I want them fried, salty with a bunch of MSG, and I want to feel like a little tubbo guy. That's what I enjoy doing. It's a greedy endeavor when you even attempt to eat fries.
I love the thick fries though. You've had like
Yeah,
triple
I actually
cooked?
enjoyed the taste of potato.
Yeah.
What?
I know. Shocker.
You're not eating it for oil and salt?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It depends on the mood. Mostly I prefer like thin cut, but sometimes you just want a nice thick bite of potato.
I want a thick bitch.
Yeah.
All the time.
It goes well with the sauce.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. Did you try any other British food while you were there?
No, I tried to avoid generally.
Well, you have the Tesco meal deal, right?
Tesco meal deal goes hard.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
very good.
And I don't mind that, but
Did you go to
everything
Greg's?
else. I didn't go to Greg's once.
Nando's?
I did go to Nando's, but that's not
Oh.
British food.
I mean, we try to pretend it's British food.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the only things we can
Well, like
actually-
look, everything in Britain, we take it from another country and then just say it's ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been our history for a very long time.
I guess that you are the literal kings of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because like in a lot of Indian restaurants, they like serve chicken tikka masala, and that's a British dish.
Well, Scottish actually.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't invented in India. It was invented.
Well, tikka is like a Scottish thing, like the way of cooking the chicken.
I see.
That's like a Scottish thing.
I did not know that.
It's a Scottish dish.
So if you've ever had chicken tikka masala,
Yeah, when I go into the Indian restaurant that I local, I'll say, this is Scottish, just so you know. Just so you know.
Yeah.
but then like I think like most Indian restaurants in the UK are ran by Bangladesh people anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're not even getting authentic experience.
Yeah.
close.
Well, it's like going
Close
to
enough.
a Chinese restaurant here and ordering sweet and sour chicken, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not even Chinese food, right?
I think it's all bastardized versions of the food that would be palatable to the people who want to consume
Yeah.
it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But surely if
Nothing wrong with that.
you teleported any American to like Shenzhen, China, and they went to like a local eatery, they'd be lost.
oh yeah,
I like Kung Pao chicken. Like, what's going on here?
man, Panda Express looks different.
Is Panda Express good?
I mean, it hits right.
I think you need
good.
to be in the right mood for Panda Express.
Yeah.
yeah. Because sometimes I've been
What
to
is
Panda
the right
Express.
mood?
It's the mood of fuck. There's nothing else open.
That ain't a mood, Joey. That ain't a mood, Joey.
The mood is I need food and I need it now.
I just need some food. But
That's just a bodily necessity.
But I
at that
don't want to
point.
like chow down on a burger or like a pizza or like anything like greasy. I just want like something.
And you go to Panda Express for a non-greasy food?
Well, I've only been like twice, so that says a lot.
I will say, I do think sometimes the bastardization of food is good.
Well, yeah, like I'm not gonna say no to a
sushi
fucking
rolls are
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
love
gonna
a
say
sushi
no to a
roll.
California roll. Like
Yeah.
that shit
Yeah,
still
yeah,
slaps.
It's an innovation in a way.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like the bastardization of food, though, right?
Some people would say it is. Like I think there's an argument to be made.
I mean, I think the best argument I've heard is I can't remember like what chef I was like watching, but I do believe you can cook food from any culture that you want to, and no recipe is sacred. The only time it is actually offensive is just if it tastes bad, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. But I do think there are people who would be upset if you called a dish like what it's called natively. Like if you called it sushi, but it was like some amalgamation of fish in different things that
yeah.
tastes good,
Yeah.
but it's like, you can't call that sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do get that. Where I've seen like some people try to cook Thai dishes, and like I've seen some. There was this like reality TV show on Netflix where people from the UK would try to like make their own restaurants and pitch it like kind of like
Kitchen nightmares.
Sorry.
Not kitchen nightmares.
Not kitchen nightmares,
Like Shark Tank?
like Shark Tank,
But for
Tank,
meals, like in
yeah,
food,
but for meals and
restaurants?
food.
Right.
And I remember these two British blokes tried to like pitch like opening a Thai restaurant in Manchester, and so they were going about their backstory, and they were like, yeah, we firmly believe that you don't as long as you understand the culture and you understand the recipes and everything, that no recipe is sacred. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. I'm not going to
Go
get
off, King.
patriotic to my own country just because someone else wants to cook it.
Yeah.
And then they was talking about their experience cooking Thai dishes, and they were like, yeah, we've been to like Thailand for like 2 months and did like a boot camp, and then that was it. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's like the backstory of the two guys who started Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, really?
They'd never been to Australia, supposedly. And it's an Australian restaurant. So, because like I remember the first time I went to an Outback Steakhouse was on Australia Day, God forbid, in Japan of all places. And my friend was like, "Yeah, there's an Outback Steakhouse right there. We should celebrate Australia Day."
What a crazy mashup of cultures to be eating in an Outback Steakhouse, an American-made Australian restaurant in Japan.
With my Japanese
presumably
friends.
Japanese chefs as well.
Yeah. And I'd never been to an Outback Steakhouse, so I was like, "Oh, let's go in. It's supposedly Australian, right?"
Yeah.
And immediately, my eyes just glazed over from all the fucking boomerangs on the walls and like the didgeridoos everywhere. And it's like I looked at the menu and I'm like, nothing.
Blooming onions.
Blooming onion is not Australian. I'm sorry. Like, and they had Foster's there. I tried Foster's for the first time.
Oh god.
In Japan?
Yeah. Tastes like arse, dude.
It's awful.
Wow.
It's fucking horrible. I'm like, no wonder they don't sell that in Australia.
Yeah. Foster's has like single-handedly ruined Australian's beer reputation.
Yes.
I mean, Australian beer still sucks ass, but like it's like Foster's is there's a reason why they don't sell it in Australia. No one would drink that.
Yeah, it's like in the UK we have our local beer that's mass produced is probably Carling, and I'm so glad that you can only get it in the UK or have only seen it in the UK because it tastes like piss, right? Because you had Carling, right? Did you have Carling?
I did.
Carling
It was
UK?
horrible.
I think it's definitely UK.
Let's have a look before.
I mean,
Alright.
I think that's every country though. Like we always release our worst product, but it's maybe the most palatable because it's just water and it gets you pissed drunk quick.
Well, what would you say is the worst American beer that you
You're gonna.
guys export?
It's Canadian.
Bud Light.
Is it Canadian?
It's Canadian.
No fucking way is it Canadian.
Damn.
Was founded in 1840 by Thomas Carling at London in Upper Canada. In 1952, Carling.
Oh yeah, there's a London in Canada.
Yeah.
That's right.
London can. Oh, you thought it was.
London, UK.
Weirdly enough, it's a Canadian company, but they only sold it in the UK. It was first sold in the UK.
Is it only sold in the UK?
I don't know.
So it's a UK beverage
It's shit,
made by a
yeah.
Canadian man.
But we have so much good beer though that isn't Carling.
Yeah, we do. We just, most of them actually comes from the north. Actually, you guys make good beer up in the north.
Fucking yeah,
I'll
we
give
do.
you guys
Yeah,
that.
we
There's a
do.
W.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
do.
W.
Hell
Wales,
yeah, we
Wales,
do.
Wales.
That's how you sell Wales. We have good beer.
We do. It's very affordable as well. It's like half the price of London.
Yeah.
Not even, sometimes third time the price.
Yeah, what do you think is the worst US beer that you guys export a lot?
It's all shit. I mean, it's like you have Bud Light, you have Natty Light, which is terrible.
Oh yeah,
Miller Lite.
Budweiser
Yeah,
sucks,
yeah.
right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah.
Miller Lite.
Do you secretly love Budweiser?
We did a beer tasting stream once, a blind beer tasting stream from like beers from all over the world.
And we thought Budweiser was like a German beer.
Well, like Budweiser, like normal Budweiser or Bud
Normal
Light?
Budweiser.
I mean, that's
Budweiser.
better. That's a full-bodied.
Yeah, but like
doesn't bode well.
It certainly doesn't make you look like you have great taste.
yeah, exactly. Because especially we were like drinking and we were all like, yeah, German beer. Definitely German beer.
Is there a big drinking culture in New Hampshire?
No, big fentanyl culture though. They do a lot of fentanyl.
What's that?
That's the
It's the most lethal drug
it's
in the world.
opioid
Oh,
replacement,
shit.
right?
Yeah, it's like what they tie in with heroin, and that's how people die. Huge opioid crisis in New Hampshire.
Is it actually?
Yeah, they're bored. They're bored. It's less people in New Hampshire than like Phoenix, Arizona. It's like 1 million maybe.
You must be bored if you like can't even turn to alcoholism. You're like, nah, I need something harder than alcoholism.
Yeah, we
man.
need to go further than beyond.
The American medical system has failed America. I mean, I'm surprised.
But it's cool drugs, man. You're losers.
I don't think it's
We're-
cool.
Well, you know New Hampshire state motto?
No, what is it?
Live free or die.
Oh.
Is that actually?
Yeah, it's badass. And they'll inject
And then
that
they
into
just
their
chose
veins.
die.
Yeah.
Is that what they say right before they do the drug?
At least they were free. Can't take that away from them. To my fellow New Hampshireites.
I thought the East Coast had a good drinking culture. I thought they were like all about drinking beer and
I think like
breweries
Boston's. I mean, in general in the States, they've relaxed microbrewery laws, so like there's insane beer culture if you're really into it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess Boston makes sense because every second Bostonian is like, yes, I'm Irish.
Yeah, they all
Like,
really?
claim.
Yeah.
That is my biggest pet peeve of Americans
it
is
so
claiming like a European culture when it's like you have zero attachment outside of you took a 23andMe or your parents told you like, yeah, we're Irish, I think.
Yeah, that's my favorite copium where I'm like, oh, so where's your family from? And they're like, oh, I'm like 1/16th Irish,
Like, why-
Yeah.
1/16th Scottish. I'm like, that doesn't count.
Why do they try and hold on to that? Like, why is that something they gravitate to try and label themselves?
Connor,
as?
it's not that cool to be just American these days. I don't know if you've kept up.
But like,
But
no
it's
one's gonna
kinda
no one's
lame.
gonna be like, yo, shit, for real? That's badass. So like, why do people still try and do it?
I think it also ties into things. That's how it comes up. It'll be like, oh, I can drink all night. I'm 15% Irish.
I don't think alcoholism just goes through genetics.
No, and of course it doesn't.
No.
But then it'll be like, oh, I can't be in the sun too long. I'm 20% Polish. So like they just have that, and that's like they'll spout their one fact.
It's just like an RPG skill tree, bro.
Yeah.
No, I've spec too much into strength. I can't do the agility.
Exactly, but it's like your starting stats, and it's like it doesn't matter. You could spec anything you want at this point.
Yeah. Like I'm like Southeast Asian, full-blooded Southeast Asian. I cannot fucking handle the heat at all.
Yeah.
So obviously it's got nothing to do with my genetics and everything to do with my fucking upbringing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All bullshit.
What is your ethnicity background?
So like culturally, I'm very French, 5% Irish, Welsh, baby. I'm mostly my dad's side is like all Swedish, and then my mom's side is all Spanish, and they both immigrated to America from there.
Oh,
But my
Are you
mom,
first generation.
yeah, I'm first gen. I'm the only person in my family tree ever born in America.
wow.
But now I'm hard-blooded American through and through.
Yep.
My blood's red, white, and blue. But yeah, everyone else, like mostly France and Sweden's where they all live now.
And have you seen like your family in Europe and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, we used to go every summer. So I would spend like a month in Europe, and I was always like a pissy, bratty kid because I'd be like, I want to be in America and get a cake for my birthday and hang out with my soccer friends. And they'd be like, no, you have to go on a multi-week
Where's
trip.
my Sunny D?
You have to go to France and Sweden and experience cultures. And I was like, no. And I was such a brat. I regret it because like we would go to France and it'd be like near Nice, like beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'd be in the like my uncle's house just watching Naruto, like mainlining filler episodes. And then they'd be like, oh, come out, let's go to like the beach, like Palavasta float. And I was like,
Yeah, we spoke about this in the
Naruto.
car. I had the same thing. My parents took me all around.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play games. I hated that they took me around. And now I kind of regret it. But when I was a kid, I was like, all I want to do is play Pokemon Fire Red. Like, leave me alone.
mine was Pokemon Ruby and watch
Ruby.
Naruto. And
Yeah.
outside of that, piss off. And I don't want to speak this stupid language. Speak English to me.
I'd like go around hunting for Wi-Fi. It was like my whole thing is that the whole trip I would just try and find Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
That would literally be it.
And it was so hard back then too.
Oh, yeah,
Because there
it
wasn't
was-
like a Starbucks or McDonald's that has free Wi-Fi for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
hard. And then you'd have to go and ask the staff really awkwardly and they'd be like, oh, we're in France. We don't want to give you anything.
Yeah.
I would just like stock up on games on like my Game Boy and just
Yeah.
like bring like a fucking rucksack full of game cartridges so
Yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah. I
never
did that
bored.
as well.
This was like the age that where you're trying to date a little bit. You're trying to message, trying to keep up, and I just couldn't because I was just
Not
no
me.
Wi-Fi.
No,
me.
that's a you thing.
I tried to.
I was married to Pokemon.
I had the week before I was supposed to go to France, I got a call after school had ended from this girl, and her name was Alexis, and she's like, "Hey, Raceland, which is another girl from my class, Raceland wants to date you." And I was like super uncomfortable, and I'd never like done that before. So I was like, I'm going to France. And she's like, well, what? Like she wants to like date you and like go, like you can date when you come back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I got to go to France. And I kept mainlining that, and that's how I got out of it. That next year, Raceland got expelled permanently because she showed up to school with a bunch of knives. She was very edgy.
Oh wow!
She used to show up with
Could
like
have had the goth girl.
She
Yeah.
was goth girl GF. She'd show up with powdered sugar, be like, it's cocaine. And then she showed up with knives until she got expelled. But then I think she actually became edgy because she tattooed 5150 on her neck, which is the cop signal for like crazy person on the loose. And she got it just big tattooed. So I could have dated her,
What is up with
but I went to
America?
France.
Could have had the
I
goth.
bet she wasn't like other girls.
So like, why Smash? What got you into that?
Oh, like Super Smash Bros?
Yeah, you're like a
Why Smash?
I was
Just,
thinking
just in
about-
general.
you're a
Just in general.
for Smash.
Cars,
How-
everything.
How, did that,
Philosopher's been working on this one for a while.
how did that get in?
Smash Bros
Yeah.
was because Smash 4 came out and I wanted to be
Is that
better than
Brawl?
my friends.
No, Roll is the third one.
Oh,
It goes, yeah.
Ultimate.
You make me so disappointed.
Which one's?
It's the one for Wii U and
Why couldn't you
3DS.
say
It's
the
literally
fucking name?
called 4. It's called Smash 4 Wii U.
Oh, I didn't know.
Smash 4, Smash 4 Wii U.
Why can't you just say which one it is? Why do you say number 4?
He did. He said Smash 4.
I'm explaining why you're
I-
wrong.
I'm sorry, I don't know the chronological order of all the Smash games.
It's
and everything.
called Smash 4 though.
Oh,
It's
is
not
it?
like it was called like Smash 4 Fight.
Smash Wii U. Just say Smash Wii U right now.
He's a real Smash
Creator
player.
Clash 2, me versus you. I got into it because Smash 4 for the Wii U in 3DS that came out in 2016 came out, and I was the worst in my friend group. And I was always the worst in my friend group. And so I wanted to be better than them because I went to college and I was like, I'll come back and I'll beat their ass.
Like an anime.
Yeah. So I went through a training arc and I watched a bunch of videos online of J-Tails, and that's where I found like Retro Gaijin, and I would watch his streams to get better. And I got a lot better, and I even showed up to like some events, and I came back and I
Pummeled them.
just whooped their asses, which I found out, it turns out it's not that fun. When
Yeah,
you're,
I was going to say,
yeah, when you're way better than your friends, they don't want to play with you because they keep losing, and it's sad.
Yeah.
So the gratification I had of being better was replaced by sorrow of not being able to play with them because they didn't even want to play with me anymore.
Suffering from success.
God.
This is just One Punch Man, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no
It
opponent.
was too easy. No opponents for me. Well, then I found out though there was a competitive scene, because what happens is you beat your friends. You're like, I'm goated. I'm
wanna play someone better.
godlike. I want to play someone better. And you go to all the locals and you're like, oh wait, I'm actually like level 3, and I'm all the way down here.
Did you just get stomped the first local you went to?
First local for Smash 4, I did okay, but I watched the. I don't know if you've heard of the Smash documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen it?
The 4-hour one?
Yeah. So I watched that and I was like, I'm playing the wrong game. And I switched to Melee.
Right.
And then I was like, I was all the way down here. I was terrible.
Because they have like decades. So
Yeah.
Work put into it.
And people have trained for a long time. And I found out that the college I went to, there was 100-man locals. It was like free to play, no prize entry, and no money for you winning, but they just play for the fun of it.
Right.
And 100 people would show up. And I wanted to get better, so I was trying to go through a training arc. So I did this thing one time that I saw in the documentary where I challenged a bunch of guys who were in a clan to a money match.
Right.
Yeah, they were called Cocklot, and that was their clan name. And I challenged each and every one of them to a money match, and they just ran a train on me.
Oh, yeah.
Just one by one, dusting me, taking $10 from me,
Right.
until one guy pulled out Donkey Kong, which is like one of the worst characters, and he beat my ass with Donkey Kong, which is never supposed to be Jigglypuff, and I was like demoralized from it. But it also made me addicted, so I just played like every day for like 3 years from then.
Right.
Damn. Did you ever get any good?
I meme about it now. I was like, all right. I beat like a couple notable people, like Chillin' Dude's Mario,
Yeah.
which is not his main character.
Oh,
And I got top 8 at a charity tournament once.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
good. Yeah.
Not bad. But I was all right. I switched pretty quickly to commentary because I was like, wait, I don't have to try, and I can make fart jokes, and you get more Twitter followers.
you get more stage time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh.
Did you ever want to pursue it further or get even better? Or were you just like, nah, I've reached my ceiling?
Do you ever have this thing where you really want to be good at something, but then you think about being good at it and you feel the gratification of thinking about being good? I did that. I thought about
That
beating.
almost sounds so sad.
Yeah.
So wait, so you're just sitting there being like, I could be really
You've got
good
the
at
gratification
this. And then
of
that's it.
feeling good without doing it.
And it's like a micro hit, but it is instant as opposed to like the literal 5 years of work you would need to put in to get
Right.
the true satisfaction.
So you're getting that fake serotonin. man.
Yes.
You ain't getting that real
This man's
serotonin.
microdosing on happiness.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, every morning. It's good.
It's like if you find a sick anime and you're like, fuck, this is the greatest anime, and you want to find something else like it, but you just never try to find something else like it. You're just like, no, I'm good. I saw
I
the
can
one.
just rewatch One Piece for like the 5 millionth time.
literally.
right?
And I'll just rewatch this in my mind, and I'll be the best in my mind.
Except it never happened, right?
Yeah, but it's okay. In my mind, I'm sick.
So when did you start watching anime? When did that happen?
Well, I applied for, so I worked at Apple,
Okay.
which I was, they had a college program, and I would do tech support, which was mind numbing because I would talk to 60-year-old people on how to reset their iPhone. And I was good at it too. I was like top 10 at one point out of like 2,000 in the college
Talking
program.
to old people?
Yeah, because like they have every single metric on her.
Yeah.
So it's like, how long were you on the call? Were they? Was it a successful call? Did they give you a positive review? How quickly did you pick up a call after hanging up that call? Because you answered back in the queue. Like, was your downtime good?
Oh my
and
God.
so they tracked all of this, and like I had a 6-month period where I was like just going off, trying to do really well.
Yeah.
But after 2.5 years, it was grueling.
You worked for them for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I would watch anime on the side, and I did it because oh, this is so cringe. I even hate talking about this.
All right.
Go on.
So I usually what happens is you go to college in a different state
Yeah.
or somewhere else, a different city, and
Yeah.
you come back home for the summer.
Yeah.
One summer, I was like, no, Sigma. I'm going to stay in this town because I have the dorm anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm going to work on self-improvement.
Okay.
And I made a YouTube channel called Self Improvement. It's so good. And every day I would work on fitness. I would work on learning a new language, and I would work on playing the piano.
Okay.
And
Right.
by the end of the summer, I would like have my level up moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would record myself running at like 9 p.m. in 95-degree weather in Phoenix, Arizona, and then just take a picture of myself shirtless, like fully relaxed. And I would imagined a time lapse through all of this.
Right.
And I'd like practice a piano, and I'd be like ichi ni san. and I uploaded like maybe 2 of these.
Right.
And I recorded intros on like rooftop parking lots. Again, I'd never done YouTube to this point, really.
Right.
And I got a call from my mom. She's like, saw your YouTube channel. Because unbeknownst to me, it had been cross-posted to my Google Plus account, which she had access to because she knew my email.
Yeah.
And this was like my one viewer. And it was my mom. And I was mortified. And I stopped it that day.
What did she say?
She was like, so you're doing some fitness stuff, huh? She didn't really get it. She's like, what the fuck are you doing?
So your mom stopped you from doing self-improvement?
I was embarrassed, and I didn't want my mom to be my only viewer watching me run
Who
shirtless.
knows where you could have been right now? You could have been teaching a self-help class. And
I'd probably be on the JET program playing subpar piano, running around the streets of Tokyo shirtless. I'm happy with where it ended up.
He reached in here, man. He's Mikey.
he microdosed
In his
on it.
mind, he's ripped. He's like Nihongo Jozu. No, he's got it down,
He's
man.
playing Rushy in his head, dude. Like,
So how does this feedback to anime?
Well, so then I quit that, and instead what I did is I would
For the
just
rest of the summer.
watch anime and
Literally the opposite of self-help. Your mom find out you were doing self-help, so you were like, I don't want to do
I'm
this
gonna
anymore.
roll my brain.
I'm gonna become a weeb now.
What's the opposite of self-help is watching anime. It's
yeah,
how you
pretty
ruin
much.
your life.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I did instead.
So wait, how did you? Why anime? You never watched anime before this. You
I
were
was
just like, I'm just gonna watch anime.
I watched it as a kid growing up. I watched Naruto. I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai,
Yeah.
and but I never watched anything else. I had like a couple Shonen Jump,
Yeah.
but nothing hardcore. Like One Piece too. And then when I applied for the JET program, I was like, because that's where I pivoted after the self-help thing. I was like, I'll do a JET program.
Okay.
Right.
My mom won't see that. And I was like, okay, Chris Broad videos and what's a good anime? I looked it up and I was like, okay, Sword Art Online. And that was
Oh no.
my first anime.
It's not a bad first anime. I do think it's
It's
good.
flames.
It's good.
It's such a good show.
I think it's very good at introducing people to anime. I will say that.
It's a good
So
gateway. Good gateway.
I mean, it is like it has all the tropes you will find in anime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it gets you ready for anime.
Cross
Yeah.
Field of Dreams song is also good. The one where it's like the
Crossing Field.
Yeah, Crossing Field.
Yeah, that opening is
Yeah.
fucking
It's
So
fire.
good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's like Spy Kids 3D. So it's like, I want to be, you die in the game, you die in real life. You know? And it's a lot of tropes that I know. And I was like, I'm all on board up until the main villain was holding the like main protagonist girl
Yeah.
and like sexually assaulting her.
Oh yeah, that's in
And I was like,
Alpha. Yeah,
Which
Alpha.
time?
I was like, whoa.
Which time? Yeah, which time?
Yeah, yeah.
It happens often in Sword
which
Art
arc?
Online, unfortunately.
I think
Yeah.
that's every arc.
And then season 2, the like sister's like, Oni-chan. I'm like, whoa. And then
I'm
I was,
actually your cousin.
I was like, maybe I should find a new anime. I stuck it out all the way through the Gun series too.
Oh, Gun Gale?
yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it a
I
good.
watched all the guns.
Arse shot online, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Literally just ass shots and then shaking
Yeah.
violently when the sniper goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it gets better.
No.
Like recently, it's gotten better.
No.
It does.
No.
It does.
No, I've heard it's good now.
Okay, like as much as I clown on Sword Art Online, it's just kind of like my junk food. I realized this recently. I've watched every anime of Sword Art Online that's been produced so far.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how or why I did this to myself, but I did. And the latest season, Alicization, I genuinely think is a lot of fun. Would I call it good? I don't know. It's kind of
like
fun.
In American culture, a lot of the times people have like a sitcom that they just watch on repeat. It's like their comfort sitcom. And it's like it's Friends, it's Him Yim, it's Big Bang Theory if you have no taste. And it's just their show. And like that's what Sword Art Online is, you know? It's just easy. Doesn't surprise you too much.
Sword Art Online is the Big Bang Theory of anime.
Yeah.
Honestly? Yeah, but honestly.
Yeah, it's fan base.
So you finished Sword Art Online. Then what did you watch?
Well, then I wanted to be cultured.
Right.
So I looked up what the best anime were, and I tried to watch those.
Okay.
So like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't get through it.
What?
I couldn't get through it.
Did you eventually get through it?
No, it was so long. Hunter x Hunter.
What?
It was so long, Connor.
It's 64 episodes.
Yeah, but by episode like 35, it's mostly like recap and talking and no fighting.
Wait, Brotherhood?
Yeah.
No,
Brotherhood.
Why did we watch the same show?
It's so slow. It's a lot of recapping. It's a lot of. It's not well paced. I think.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I can't.
You
say
are the
but-
only person I've ever met who has
You know
started
that's-
Brotherhood and hasn't finished it.
That's like blasphemous. Saying
You know what's fucked up too? I love Silver Spoon.
What's fucked up about
Where
it?
the fuck did that come from?
That's a good show.
Same
That's a
director.
good show.
Same director.
Yeah.
But it's like
Nothing to do with.
It's clearly the less popular of the shows that she's made.
Nobody talks about Silver Spoon.
Yeah, I love Silver Spoon though.
But to be
They're
fair,
like two totally different shows as well.
To be fair, your favorite anime that you told me about in your thing was a huge surprise. Like the fact that your favorite anime is Welcome to the NHK says already a lot.
Yeah, because what I did is like you go through the Annie list, like top 100, and like I gave at least every big show like an episode or two.
Right.
And I was either like, okay, I don't vibe with this, I don't fuck with this, and I don't subscribe to the. Dude, you just gotta watch till episode 77.
No, I agree.
And I don't buy that. It's like, okay, if it hasn't hooked
calling
me,
out every One Piece fan right
yeah. It's like if I haven't like gotten into it, then I my time is more valuable than subscribing to 70 episodes to enjoy something. I can just enjoy something off episode 1, and that's great.
Yeah, of course.
And so I try them all, and then you do what you normally do, which is ask other people. And so I asked Will Neff. Do you guys know Will Neff?
No.
He's like another streamer.
I do. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a pretty successful streamer. He's a super sweet guy and like one of the greatest entertainers I think in the space. And he's a huge weeb.
Right.
And he's an older guy, and he's like, you gotta watch Welcome to the NHK, man. Like, it's a little horny, but it's perfect if like you're ever feeling lonely. And I'm like, that's all my boxes. And I watched it, and it's so good.
It's very good.
It's incredible.
I haven't actually watched that one.
Really,
Yeah.
I've been putting it off.
it is. I think like the worst first anime if you've never watched it. But
I
it's,
think you need to be in the right headspace to watch it. It's
not
one
a
of those
happy
shows.
anime.
No.
It's about being like a neat, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Like
like where I
hikikomori.
found out about like the term of hikikomori. You know, that's
Yeah.
literally from Welcome to the NHK.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like very real, depressingly real a lot of times. So it's not something you watch to be happy. It's like something you watch to just feel. I don't know what the right word.
It's like Oyster Spoon.
Existential?
Like it's a great show, and it like you learn a lot from it, and it's very real. But it's it's not entertainment.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think that's exactly what I switched because in senior year of college, like this is also like kind of right when it started, and I was watching anime.
Right.
My girlfriend and I broke up because I caught her cheating on me.
Right.
And I made a visceral decision. I literally was like, I am going to try to cry more because I'm not like a guy who cries a lot when I watch shows.
Yeah.
right.
Which is like a literal shift in how you like try to process them.
Yeah.
And so then I tried to do it first, but I was like, okay, I'll watch Your Lie in April.
Just like dry crying. Like,
And
He's like, it's gonna come out.
and so I was like, that made me cry, but I was
Yeah.
like, am I crying because it's like good and making me feel, or is it because it's emotionally manipulative and they make you attached to a character and they play the sad song at the sad time when you're supposed to cry?
Oh no, I totally get what you mean. Where there's like two different types of crying. Where there are some shows which you cry, you don't even know why you're crying. You feel like a fucking
It's
dog.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, you feel like a dog there where like you have like the right triggers and then it just like triggers your tears and you're like, I don't know why I'm crying. It's just
That was Silver Spoon for me.
really.
You're not supposed to cry at that necessarily, but at a certain point, like I was there at the festival and I was like, it's so beautiful. And I was like, that's why it was one of my favorite shows,
Yeah.
as opposed to like a show that's like, you know, the classics that like you're gonna cry.
Right,
Yeah.
like the Cry Fest, like
Yeah.
Hunter and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
We have planned this for you to tear up,
Yeah.
which I think that's more BS. And
Yeah,
so that's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
love Welcome to NHK, because it makes you feel so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood
Well,
towards the end.
I am a homunculus. I am not a real person. I'm not gonna cry
I
at that.
can't get over the fact you got 30 episodes. You did not get 30 episodes in and drop.
I did. I got all the way to a point where they were in some like white universe, and it was like Blondie with the fucking alfalfa hair, and he was talking to himself.
Isn't that near the fucking end?
It was close.
That's pretty close
What
to
the
the end,
fuck?
if I remember.
And then I was
Hold on,
like,
no spoilers. Garnt hasn't seen it yet.
oh shit. Ever?
No, I've never seen
Oh, how
it.
are you on this podcast?
That's what I'm saying.
What? Okay.
Yeah, you got further than me.
Wait, how are you calling him out for not watching it when you haven't fucking finished it?
Because I don't have a podcast called Trash Taste in a 15-year
He
career
has trash taste.
about anime.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those shows where
God has to explain it for the 19th
I have to explain
time.
it every
I
fucking
don't know.
time.
Don't explain it. I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm just gonna think of you less for having seen of all of Sword Art Online and not.
Yeah, this man has
Alchemist Brotherhood.
boasted about watching every season. Not even like people who like Sword Art Online watch all seasons of Sword
You
Art
know,
Online.
I'm getting like Fullmetal Alchemist at this point is just gonna be like the last anime I ever watched. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like 90 years old on my deathbed. I'm gonna be like, now's the time to experience brotherhood.
And then your soul fades for the final episode.
And then I'm gonna get 30 episodes in, and I'm gonna.
And
My
then your
soul's
last
gonna
words
fade.
were, "It was okay."
I've never heard of anyone getting halfway through it and dropping it. That is psychotic.
I think maybe if I retried it, because it was an early show. Like I stuck through all of
Were
Hunter
you
Hunter.
killed by the hype of like hearing about the show?
Yeah, because it was listed as like one of the best.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the GOAT.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's the. I don't think it's.
What do you think of
close.
some hyped anime that actually like meets the hype then, or meet the reputation?
Madoka Magica?
Hell yeah.
That show's. Why are
That's
you?
a
why'd
good
you
show.
stop?
That's a good show. It's
That's
a
a
great,
great
it's a
show.
great
Movies?
fucking show.
I don't think so. No,
Good.
I haven't seen the movies.
Don't.
You probably don't.
Promised Neverland season 1.
Yeah, we don't talk about season
We don't
two.
talk about season
We don't
two.
talk about season 2.
Wait, there's a season 2?
You don't have to watch it. It's fine.
Is it great?
No. No.
This is a bit. This is
Nah,
a
it's
bit.
a bit. I stopped watching it, but
Yeah,
season 1 I think is amazing. It's like
Yeah.
a show that if I told someone to watch, it's like they'd be like, "Yeah, that was great."
I just
Death Note?
can't fathom that
Code
they
Geass?
fucked it up.
Why can't you fathom that? People fuck things up all the time.
Because it was just literally like, just follow the blueprint.
Because it was literally like the fourth highest selling
literally
manga.
just follow what
for
is
that
happening.
year.
And then they were like,
Like the manga was so successful and the fan base was so big, so that you'd think there'd be like massive pressure to be like, all right, we got to deliver to the fans. And then they were like, I know what they'll like, a PowerPoint presentation for the
Yeah.
last
They just
episode.
skipped an entire
they
arc.
skipped everything.
Yeah, I heard they skipped the best
They
arc.
skipped the best arc.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
if that happened in like the One Piece anime? People would like, I think there'd be riots in Japan. I think people would actually like quit jobs.
They also do the opposite, where they just extend it for 3,000
Yeah, yeah.
episodes too long.
yeah.
They're like, we don't have enough
Yeah, it's
manga.
like, why is there no
Yeah.
in between? Why do we have to extend it a million times? And then why can't you just follow the manga another time? When
Shonen recap syndrome is what I call
if
it.
it's the fourth highest selling manga, why would the fuck would you not just stick to the manga?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have an explanation
I
for
do-
you.
I don't know.
Because
I
they
don't know.
fucking killed it on season 1, and all they need to do was just do more of that.
Stick the landing.
And then they just didn't. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to finish it in 2 seasons, but I don't know why they would. Because it's like the fourth. Yeah,
Who are these
I don't
people?
know.
I think it's always down to like probably rush timelines and some person above you who tells you to do things and you have to do them.
But I always just assumed that if you're a studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
It must be a fucking blessing getting a show that you could make like 10 seasons of. Because you get
Well, no, because maybe you don't have
revenue.
guaranteed funding for those seasons.
I guess,
Because
yeah.
like then you end up with situations where it's like you have a show that's great and then it's never finished,
Oh, true.
Yeah.
and then that's like an equally bad fate to die from.
Yeah.
What was the first show you watched where you had that cruel realization that sometimes, very often, anime, it just doesn't end, or they just stop making it, or the manga
Dude,
quit?
I watched Devil's a Part Timer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5 years ago, I was like, dude, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, season 2. And then you find like the threads being like, is there a season 2? Is there a season 2? And I was like, no.
Actually, there is now.
Actually,
Yeah, I know. I heard.
It's actually airing next season.
I'm hype on that because
Yeah,
that show is really funny and I liked
really
it a lot.
good.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be as funny as I remember. because I watched it like 5-6 years
Also,
ago.
I watched it dubbed as well.
The dub is really
the
good.
dub was really, really good for that series. So I don't know if it will
I
hit
watched
the
the dub,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's such a comedic timing show, having good voice acting in English definitely helps. I appreciate the jokes more as an English person.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, especially with comedy shows and comedy anime, my favorite comedy anime are all ones that have amazing dubs.
Yeah,
Because
Panty and Stocking.
Huh?
Panty and Stocking using
Panty and
Oh,
Stocking.
Penny Stocking is a
No, because I
fantastic dub.
generally don't go to anime for comedy because I think 99% of comedy animes aren't funny.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
funny
that
ones.
is very
That is true.
true.
That is true.
It's rare I find a good comedy anime.
Yeah, a lot of them are like comedy.
Like, what's the one that everyone talks about that's been long? Psyche? Is that it?
Oh, Psychic So.
I don't know.
That show sucked.
You know, one of the fun.
I was like, holy
have you
shit.
watched Sakamoto?
No.
That one's fun. I think that's pretty funny.
Sounds like a ligma, though.
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah, Sakamoto's-
Yeah, he's Sakamoto.
That's like kind of how do you describe Sakamoto? It's more like Mr. Bean humor, kind of in a way.
It's very slapstick.
Oh, like
Yeah.
physical comedy?
It's very much.
It's like
really
if
good
Mr.
stuff.
Bean was a Giga Chad.
Right.
Yeah, that's the other way to describe
That would be. I would love to see the live action of Mr. Bean just yoked.
Isn't that Johnny English?
Yeah. What are some other shows that you like then?
I feel like I had a shonen phase.
Everyone.
That and everyone else in the world.
I see you were once 14 as
Your,
well.
your favorite shonen?
I loved Hunter x Hunter
Yes.
because that shit was just great.
What you call
Name-
it? Full
name
Metal Alchemist. Long and you finish Hunter x Hunter.
Name
Yeah,
another show where
that's
you
bad
cry
of me.
over an octopus.
Huh?
Name another show where you cry over an octopus.
Yeah, it,
One Piece.
Yeah.
You cry over an octopus in One Piece?
cry over a lot in One Piece.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you cry over.
Okay, well I gotta get that.
I think for me it's like they've mastered the formula in every shonen. It's like they know the exact moment to play the exact song that's like the perfect song, whether it's like the Naruto theme or it's like the Yusei run, and it's like the climactic, and they just have it. It's like it will never surprise me ever. It's basically the hero's journey retold a million times, but they're good at it.
They're very good at it.
But you know one thing I miss? I've noticed like a lot of shonen shows or just anime shows have been doing this less often recently, which is, it's the end of the season and then they play the OP. And I've noticed they stopped doing that. And it was just like, it became a trope, but it worked every fucking time, right? Like
Where it's like they lift off in a sunset and then season 2's coming or something.
Yeah. I'm just like, I wish they brought that back.
And they're all loud.
And then there's the 80s freeze frame, right?
Yeah, it is. It's that.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit corny, and what happens is it's too corny, and then it goes out of style, and then it comes back in, right?
Yeah.
It's always cycles.
Yeah, because like I remember, because Hunter x Hunter had like, the same OP throughout
So
its
fucking
every
good.
season.
That gets me hyped up every time.
It got you so hyped now, and now every different season has a different opening. I'm like, come on, bring back Hunter x Hunter, man. That note only needed one opening.
Departure.
Isn't it crazy? Because like Attack on Titan has like 10 openings.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
fucking
They're
too
good.
much. Rumbling is awesome. Fucking
I like that they try new ones because I feel like they come out with some bangers.
well, I feel like Attack on Titan. I can understand it because every season has such a different vibe to it. Like season 1 and season 4 have like nothing in common with it.
But the one thing I do like about it when they have the same opening is that it's you recognize it so much
familiarity,
more. So like
right?
sometimes
Yeah.
you play an OP and you're like, I don't know what this is. And it's like, oh, it's Attack on Titan season 3 opening 1. You're like, what the fuck? I had no fucking idea. I like listened to this.
I have that problem watching Gintama because there's like literally 20 openings in Gintama. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're all bangers, but it's like, you want that one where you just like, oh yeah, I remember that.
But imagine Naruto only had one. They have the best intros. There's so many
I guess so, yeah.
goated intros.
That's true. That's true.
It's true, but like, how many do you remember out of like the millions that they've had?
I only remember Haruka Kanata, the second one, which is like arguably the best one.
I think I remember like
Bluebird one?
3.
Oh,
Did-
Bluebird is good as
Did
well.
you ever watch Bakemonogatari?
The Monogatari series.
No.
You'd love that show.
Would he? I don't know.
I
if he
think so.
wouldn't. He'd be like,
He-
what the-
he
what
likes
the-
NHK.
No, he
Yeah.
would not. He'd get to the toothbrush scene. He'd be like, what the fuck is this?
That's like
Some out of pocket shit.
Yeah.
What happens? Tell me what
it's
happens.
some horny shit.
Tell me what happens.
Why are you both
He'll like it. Yeah, he'll like it. He'll like it. He'll like
Connor,
it.
say it in your voice though. Slowly.
There was just it's a fucking weird show. If you thought the wait, what was the first show you watched? Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online?
With the guy holding onto the girl was a fucking weird shit.
Right.
You'll probably be even more weirded out by this stuff.
I mean, that was early on. Like,
Yeah.
there's weirder shit, and like eventually, what happens? It's like It's like when you're a kid and you see live leak footage, you become desensitized to the internet. Anime fans become desensitized to like what is weird.
There's a very famous scene where the guy's sister, his sister is brushing his teeth, and it's like animated like porn, and they're all like moaning and shit, and like.
While brushing?
Yeah.
Like, because the brushing's so good?
Yeah.
So, like, Food Wars eating?
It's like, brushing his teeth, but it's
honestly,
very
like,
sexual.
It's fucking awesome.
Honestly, I'm going to defend this because it's a really, really weird scene.
Of course you would, because it's a brother and sister. Of course you would.
Okay. Genuinely.
I think that brothers should be allowed to fuck sisters.
Is that
genuinely, I wish hentai was this well directed. It's such a well fucking directed scene to be like, okay, how can we make toothbrushing really uncomfortable and really weird? And yeah, it's fucking weird and it's horny as shit, but like,
is that what opened like your chakras to brother sister kind of?
I don't think.
That was Orima.
But you must have watched Bakemonogatari first, right?
I watched Bakemonogatari first,
but it's not even in Bakemonogatari. It's in season 2.
Yeah. I don't know. Like Bakemonogatari was it's a weird show in general. It's got like very weird, like directing choices.
It's one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Joey show.
Because it's fucking like it's art housey. It's like nothing fucking makes sense, and then everyone's like, "That's the point," and it's like,
But it does make sense is the thing.
Do you think End of Evangelion's like that?
That's like way too mainstream now, I think. I don't know.
But it also doesn't make that much fucking sense.
No. I think Evangelion is kind of mid. I think it's kind of way overhyped, and it was just like it just happened to be there at the right time, so it kind of caught massive popularity because of that.
Yeah, I rank it high so people think I'm cool.
And it was doing something. It was doing something unique.
Yeah.
No, fuck
but
you. I'm not even entertaining that comment.
It's true. I do that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I love that show. That was great. But when I think back on it, I was like, I don't feel like I understood half of it.
Like, did you watch Evangelion? Were you like, this is insane? I was just kind of like, okay. I mean, I don't know if it's because I've watched shows that have come out after, but maybe if I was there at the time, I could see why it would blow the fuck up and be such a big deal. But now it doesn't feel that special.
Yeah, I mean, Ava for me, like Ava's like one of my favorite shows of all time. I fucking hated it the first time I watched it. Like I legitimately thought it was like the most overrated piece of shit I'd ever seen in my life, and it was just I don't know. It is a pretentious show. It's a fucking pretentious show because I only liked it because I was fucking depressed one time. I watched it and I'm like, fucking hell, there's someone who gets me, because that's just Ava.
It's just like me for real.
Yeah. That's just
like the whole struggling with relationships and growing up and struggling being a teen. I just like, because I watched Bokurano before it. I thought Bokurano handled it like way better.
Yeah, but I'm sure Bokurano took notes from Evangelion.
Yeah, no, it did. But because the mech fighting in Bokurano was dog shit. This episode is sponsored by Manscaped.
Gentlemen, it is smooth sack summer.
Joy, what is smooth sack summer? Tell me more.
When you're playing out in the hot summer sun, especially when you're in Japan, your balls are going to get a little bit musky.
True.
So it's best, gentlemen, you trim down there. Make it a little bit nice so that your balls can actually breathe. And thankfully, Manscaped is here to help you, gentlemen, achieve that goal.
Ooh, okay.
And just for you guys, you can dive head first into Smooth Sack Summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with our code TRASHTASTE.
Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to prepare for that summer bod. Inside the package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies.
My balls are excited.
The razors will devour your strongest pubes. Literally just eat them up like...
That sounds delicious, Garnt. So if that entices your nutsack, then you can check out Manscaped by clicking the link down in the description below, and you can get 20% off plus free shipping using our code TRASHTASTE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code TRASHTASTE. Back to the episode.
Some guy, they're in a cave when there's like 10 of them on a school trip, is like, hey, you want to play a game? And then the kid's like, well, fuck yeah, I want to play a game. And so he's like, oh, well, go on this thing. And then he teleports them to a mech. And then he's like, all right, who wants to pilot the mech first? And then some kid's like, yo, fuck yeah, I want to pilot the mech. Kid pilots the mech. And he's like, right, now, there's another mech that is invading your world. If you don't kill this mech, your world gets destroyed. And everyone's like, oh, okay. So then the kid takes it, beats the mech, and everyone's like, yeah. And the episode ends, and the kid just dies.
Why?
Because anyone who...
It's a one-time use?
Anyone who pilots the mech dies.
And it's all like 12, 13-year-old, 16-year-old kids. And
so they're just using him as fodder?
Yeah.
So it's like a darker Ender's Game?
Yeah, but it's not like it's kind of like a horror thing where it's like, whoa, it's like a death game. It's like they have to save the world and they have to die to do it.
It's like a psychological...
But they don't know.
They all know.
Wait, they didn't know though?
They didn't know initially. and they see the kid die.
They didn't know until the first kid dies.
And then someone explains.
And then the guy was like, "Oh fuck, what happened to the kid?
Yeah.
Dude, this is
like,
crazy.
oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
and like these kids.
I guess it's gonna happen forever though."
And basically,
It's
like,
already running. It's already running.
they don't know whose turns next. So all the kids are just kind of like, and you don't know when you're gonna get summoned.
Right.
So all the kids are just kind of dealing with their mortality.
Do they know they're gonna win?
They don't know they're gonna win.
Like that would be the more stressful
Yeah,
part.
if they die, if they lose.
I feel like this was pretty irresponsible on
it's
the part of the adult.
Of course it is.
But it's an amazing
Like
show.
you should train the kids a little more.
And some of the kids deal with like this whole mortality and having to pilot this mech, and it's so nuanced. It's so good.
Also,
and,
the opening is sick.
oh, you're fucked. Yeah.
Such a good opening.
And like I just felt like it offered so much more in that like kind of dealing with it, and in my mind I felt like it did it better than Evangelion. I don't
No,
know.
because like I think it's entirely different from what I felt from Ava, right?
Really?
Because Ava, like, I look at Bokurano, I'm like, this is a really, really good exploration into like characters and how they deal with mortality and all that shit.
Yeah.
But then like you look at the last 2 episodes of Ava, and it's just like it's just a fucking person laying themselves bare. They don't even give a shit if they're making sense, because it's making no fucking sense at all.
Yeah.
But like, if you've been in that same headspace, there's like a connection there that is hard to communicate, because it's not really telling a story. It's just a guy just being like, I'm fucking depressed, and I just want to put something out
It's
there.
just like an overflow of emotion.
Yeah. And that's what I think is unique about Ava, where I don't even think like, if you say Ava's a shit story, I'm going to agree with you. It's that there are like so many fucking plot holes and shit that doesn't get explained.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I don't think it's as good as it's hyped up to be.
I don't know. Yeah,
well, it's easy to say.
Yeah.
Only bold takes here. Obviously. this hype thing actually might not be that good.
Well, not everything that is extremely influential is necessarally going to stand the test of time,
That's
right?
true. I mean,
So-
JoJo has a lot of dog shit stuff in it. Like I love JoJo to death.
you just don't get Ava.
Yeah.
Connor.
I don't. Like, I legit just don't get it. Like, I didn't connect with me at all.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of influential shit that you can understand and believe that's influential, but you don't care about.
Oh, yeah.
Like in movies, like I've never seen Citizen Kane. It seems boring as hell. You kidding
It's
me?
a pretty
Likewise,
slow
likewise.
movie.
3 hours?
Yeah, it's a pretty slow movie.
Casablanca, no shot.
Yeah.
Get some color in there.
4x3.
Yeah. Grow up. It's not
So
Smash
pretentious they
64.
decided to go with the black and white scheme.
Bro, it had a lot of filler, man. And a film is like 3.5 hours or some shit, bro. Cut some of that down. What is this, like the fucking Schneider cut?
That's crazy
Do you have
runtime.
any controversial or unpopular opinions of anime?
You got mad at me 5 seconds ago for Full
That's
Metal
good. That's good.
Alchemist
Though. That was a
Brotherhood.
conversation.
Okay, do you do this? This is a quick aside.
Okay.
But okay, I will consume an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And depending on if it's a good ending, I will feel emotion and I'll mull over the thoughts for like a day.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I'm like Googling, like, okay, what do people think about this show? Do people like this show? What did people and like I'll look up all of that shit, and then I'll like add outside knowledge, my own thoughts, and I'll try to form my opinion on it. Is that how you guys do it, or do you just have your own thoughts?
I used to do that, and then I had to stop myself. So now when I watch things, I do not look at reviews.
Before?
Before and after.
Really?
I don't want to know. Sometimes I'll have a look, and I'm curious because like I'll be like, because sometimes it's always when I think something is bad, but I'm not sure. I'm like, this is bad, I think, and I feel like people might like it, so I go and look just to confirm.
Yeah.
But I don't read reviews. I never read reviews.
Do you think that's because it'll like sully what your thought of it is?
Definitely. I feel like there's, when you watch those like explainer videos and they explain more of the thing to you, and you're like, oh, that's so big brain. Like I watched Dune and I love Dune.
Yeah.
But when I watched a bunch of explainer videos, I was like, oh, I think I like Dune more.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I watched an 1.5-hour video about Dune. And I'm like, is that, do I need that to enjoy it? Like, if I didn't watch that, would I like Dune as much? And it's kind of like this weird thing of like, how much do you actually enjoy something if everything has to be explained to you and bogged down, and reviews have to be explained to you and all that?
Well, maybe it's not necessarily like new information they're feeding
Yeah.
you, but rather something
I
that
missed
maybe
it.
you thought subconsciously, which is now actually being said to you to make you realize,
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I always thought maybe that element might have been good, but
Right,
now that
right.
I'm getting it explained, now I can confirm
Maybe.
my suspicions. Right?
Yeah. I mean, like, I find, as the guy who finished, like, all the fucking Sword Art Online, I've gotten to a point with anime where you watch anime and then you see the good shit and you're like, damn, that's the good shit. I want to find more of that. And then you kind of realize that you have taste, right? And so you have things that you like about shows and things that you don't like about shows. And just because some of the elements about why people are praising a show in like all the good shows are present, that maybe it still doesn't appeal to you. So you kind of like shave off all the fat to only like the core elements that you do like. You know, even if that's a very, very niche thing. So you get to a point where I can tell why I like a show, even if other people won't like that show. Like I can say why I would like watched all of Sword Art Online, even though a lot of people clown on Sword Art Online. You know, you recognize the shit things about the show, and you just kind of learn to ignore it at the end of the day.
I like doing it because it kind of feels to me like you can enjoy a sports game.
Yeah.
And like you can watch basketball, like be like, oh, dunk is cool, he jumped high.
Yeah.
But if you are sitting next to Michael Jordan while watching the game, like his level of insight would be like, okay, you are not seeing the things the way I'm seeing them.
Yeah.
And I know that my lens is probably like very narrow in what I'm seeing, and that goes for like shows, movies, whatever.
Of course.
I suppose so.
So that's why I like to, like I watched Tom Popo, I think I told you guys about, which is like the Japanese 80s movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, this movie is sick.
the only movie made in the 80s.
Yeah, the only Japanese movie
From
made in the
Akira
80s.
Osakawa or whatever his name is.
No other movies were made in the entirety of the
one
80s.
in there.
Just replaying it.
It was a tough decade, is what it is. There was a recession.
No, the 80s, they were in the economic bubble. It's the best time for Japan.
Somewhere else there was a recession. Sri Lanka was going through it.
When is Sri Lanka going through it?
That's true.
I mean, go.
No, yeah, but I was watching it and I was like, okay, I left and I was like, I thought this was a good movie. I liked it. But then I looked up like little things about it and it was like, yeah, it was actually also a direct contrast to like Western American movies and like old fashioned spaghetti Westerns. And it was like, they called it like a ramen Western. I was like, oh shit. And then like I could think about it in that lens. And I feel like if I were to rewatch it, I would like have new appreciation.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like stuff like that, where you discover things that you can make you appreciate a certain show more.
Yeah.
That happens like a lot actually. But like in terms of like thinking a show is good and reading reviews, and you were just like, my opinion was wrong. This show is actually bad.
I love it when there's like, you can rewatch a movie and there's those really cool things that you missed.
Yeah.
But I still think and fully believe that a movie or a TV show on your first watch should still have everything for you that you can enjoy.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't do that and it requires someone to sit you down and be like, no, because let me explain this to you. Let me explain. And I'm like, then it's failed.
Yeah.
Like, but if I can go back and do it a second time and watch it and I can appreciate all that, amazing.
Yeah. Like the only time it ever really happens to me where I change my opinion instantly is only like when I'm fucking watching like MasterChef or something, where they bring out a dish. I'm like, that dish looks delicious. And then Gordon says, it's disgusting.
It's
I'm
fucking
like,
raw.
I'm like, I knew it was disgusting from the start. It looked horrible,
Go off, Wellington.
I'm with you, Gordo. You're so right, Daddy.
Damn, no cap facts.
When they bring out too much food, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's so much bang for your buck. And he's like, why is there so much food? It's disgusting. And I'm like, oh god, yeah.
It's like, think about the children.
Dude, that's fucking, what a waste of food. What a waste of food, dude. Fucked up.
I was talking to Mr. Beast about that because he hung out with Gordon.
Casual name drop.
Wow, what a flex.
You've heard of him?
I was a private jet,
And he was like, yeah, he's just really serious about his food. Like because he'd be all jokey and fun because obviously like his Willy Wonka shit was like not real cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
But when he ate the food, he like took it so seriously and would retort like very seriously and like meanly, but it's just because he loves food so much.
Yeah.
Right,
And I was like, it's crazy to love something and be that knowledgeable about it.
Imagine having to like, Gordon Ramsay flies out to you and he's like, oh yeah, what'd you go for food? Just pick a restaurant. You're like, oh fuck. pick a restaurant. What do you mean I gotta pick a restaurant? It must be awful.
Dude, you want to hear something crazy? I think this will be fine because it'll be released by the time this is out. But Mr. Beast was doing a no eating for 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
Which he told me about on stream before. Yeah. Which is incredibly hard.
Yeah.
I think I last maybe 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
5? Yeah. I could do like 1.
You could do more than a day.
1 hour. 1 hour. I've been in America too long. I can't do this.
You did less an hour in this setting and then got a
he
box
brought
of
some
snacks.
snacks.
I did an hour and I had to get a snack.
Yummy snackies. He lasted, Mr. Beast goes for like quite a while.
Yeah.
The reason he cracked is because Gordon Ramsay cooked him a meal. And Gordon Ramsay's like,
Was that part of the video, or was that just unintentional?
It was unintentional because he was filming Willy Wonka, and then Gordon, for his own YouTube, was like, "Yeah, I'll cook you like this egg meal," and he cooks it up, and Jimmy's like, "Oh, I can't eat," and Gordon's like, "Well, you're gonna have my meal," and like, imagine not eating for like 2 weeks, and then Gordon Ramsay is there,
How to break a man.
the most succulent meal. That is like your anime waifu coming to life on your no-fap challenge.
like second to last day of November.
Yeah.
It's like, oh!
Okay.
Your balls just explode.
You come on site.
Speaking of which, do you watch hentai?
Not often. I used to.
Do you have like favorites?
In high school, I would just mainline fucking One Piece Naruto hentai. I would just...
They didn't even animate it. It was just pictures.
No, it was just pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because...
He's a reader. He's the
He's a
true
reader.
cultured person.
Oh my
I would watch porn on my PSP, which couldn't load video.
Yes. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, and it couldn't load
What,
web
in like
browser
fucking
videos.
10p?
I'd be like this. I'd be on my
Watching
PSP.
the pixel go in another pixel?
So I would just watch. I would look at pictures, and pictures of like porn pictures are like they're really aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like porn, like IRL porn shoots. It's like a lot.
Yeah.
Come everywhere, and I was like I'm a kid. I'm like. Too much for me. Yeah, that's when I'm in high school. I'm like 14, 15. And I'd go on benders too. Like marathon jerk off days. And so
What? To the PSP?
To the PSP.
Making this sound like a fucking training arc. So yeah, I nutted every day for a year straight.
I would
the
try to
self-help
go
thing
for my
was?
record.
What was your record?
That's like a new Mr. Beast video.
Dude, it was like 18
In one day.
in one day. And by the end of it, it's just
You have
going
like carpet burn.
my dick's just going and just dust
you
flies
did not
out.
do 18 in one day.
I'm doing 18 in one day.
You did
fuck.
not.
I can do 18 in one.
I believe that's not even
I
possible.
would wake up. I would do a few. I would.
for you?
I would do a few.
What? You can't back to back.
Yeah, I can cover a Lethal Weapon. Drake 96, 97. I was in that bitch, Connor. This is back. This is like peak balls drop. You are nothing but a horny child.
I mean, I've been horny. I've been 18 times a day horny.
18 is beyond reason.
I think it was like
We need
also,
like a Mythbusters
this was
episode.
not like-
Adam Savage fucking going. Is it possible?
Well, Adam, let me try to jerk you off here with this walrus mustache.
Nuts busted.
I pulled a device that will track me off in record speed.
I'm pretty sure after 10, your balls just like invert back into your body, right? That's how,
genuinely
that's how
think
it
that's
works.
You could imagine doing like 5 or 6.
5 is
The most I've done is 8.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's upper limit.
I think I was doing that, and that's
Yeah.
like more casual. Like, oh, I am just.
That's more casual. Fuck
This
off,
was like
dude.
a goal. This was a goal.
This is why Smash players smell so fucking bad.
This is unrelated.
Because they would do that
They
18
don't all smell
times
bad.
and then rock up to the
Oh,
invitational.
I can't wait for you to have fun at Anime Expo. It's gonna smell amazing, isn't it?
It's gonna you're coming.
Yeah, for like 18 times in that day. And then I'll arrive to the expo. Yeah, so I was going for a record.
Yeah, okay.
Look, maybe
For
my
what purpose? Like,
just because I wanted to see what I could do. I wanted to go further than beyond. Come on.
Okay.
And
Alan's limit testing his own dick.
And so
man.
hentai, Naruto hentai was helping you get
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which characters?
Dude, I can't
you a
remember
Nami
her
or
fucking
Robin?
name.
I could see the doubt in his eye
No,
of whether
it's
or not
the
to say
girl
it, though.
from Naruto with the purple hair who had the
Oh,
fishnets.
I know who you're talking
Oh.
She was this.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hinata.
Hinata.
No, she was one of the
Ino?
senseis. She was dating the guy with the blades.
Oh, the one who.
about. Into like older ones? You're into
Yeah,
older
she's in the older one.
Oh, you like MILFs?
Connor's like, are you on my man? Are you on my man right now?
on like that?
Are you in that?
Yeah, I
in that
was in a MILFs, I think.
Who isn't?
But I mean, she's not a MILF because she's still like, she's like a
She's just older.
25-year-old.
Yeah,
Just
she's
an
just
older controlling adult.
To a 15-year-old, that's a bit.
Is that a MILF?
Yeah.
It's not
Actually, yeah,
a true,
that's true.
like, I think a true MILF I would never, like a true, like,
MILF.
like a true mother, I would be like, oh, that is a
What
mother.
what did Maylene say to you when you first? No, was it you?
No, it's ProZD.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
ProCD rocked out and within 5 minutes. Maylene is like, but you know, like 16-years can be moms, right? So you can fuck a 16.
That's the intro? Okay.
That's what she said.
Keep it casual around these parts.
Wait, so you watching Naruto? You don't watch stuff anymore?
No, not
Oh, yeah, I
really.
guess so, yeah.
Yeah, where'd you find the time? Where would you find the time?
I don't
right?
jerk off much.
No, I guess.
Well, yeah, after
Congratulations.
18 a day, I wouldn't either.
Bro, your dick's got like your dick's aged like
Your
50
dick
at
is
this point.
eventually.
You need like a month or so to recover.
It's like it's
from
been in
that.
the trenches, dude. It's got trench
Yeah, she needs a rest saga. Yeah, I think it's like, you know what? Horniness is like the devil of working hard. I
That's
feel
very
like
true. That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
it's like it's the one thing, and so like I've been about working hard, and also like I have a girlfriend, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like I even before I had the girlfriend, I just went like anti-sex mode.
Yeah.
I was like, shut off sex drive, work hard, and I was like, just stream.
That
Just
does
focus.
happen sometimes. I just get in like a trance for like 4 or 5 days where I don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then like the next 3, I'll be like, I need a jack
You're
off.
so much more powerful
Yeah.
if you don't give in.
You reckon?
Yeah, because you're actually just like focused.
Then what if you have like a wet dream though? And then it's like, oh.
I used to have them so often, dude.
What? Because you were jacking off 18 times a day.
No.
They're going cold turkey.
I was like, it was like every month or every 2 months. I would just bust my pants when I slept. I was saying, it happened during the Subathon.
it happened during the summer.
Yeah.
Did it actually?
Well, because I didn't jerk off at all during the Subathon, and I didn't hook up with my girlfriend because we didn't have sex.
You're,
'cause,
yeah, you're on live.
I'm,
right?
I'm alive every minute.
How
So,
many times did it happen?
like once, just once.
Was it caught on
Was it-
camera?
Yeah, definitely. I was live the whole time. I mean,
but
it
like
wasn't,
you were wearing
it
blankets.
wasn't like caught like fucking, Shamu drops down and a wave comes up.
Yeah, it's not like you were like, oh,
I just woke up and I was like, and then I went to the bathroom and I hobbled over and I was like, that's funny. And then I told Stream like 3 weeks after the Subathon ended.
just enough to let the shame and you get
Yes.
over it. Yeah, right.
Because I didn't want to
okay.
tell them that morning because I was like, this is too close to the
Right.
the
Yeah, 'cause
because
arrival.
then you wouldn't hear the end of it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that happens. Doesn't happen as much anymore, but
Wow.
like my current roommate Slime, who's the guy who got me into streaming, I slept over at his house and we were going to a Smash tournament the next day, and I woke up just fucking trousers full, and I had to go to him and I'd be like, I'm coming to you on the day of your daughter's wedding for some underwear. and he was like, yeah, that's all right.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
But then you unlock the power of work.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
definitely feel like less drive to when I'm hardly working.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets to a point where there's a build up, right? And then you try to concentrate on work, and then for some reason, like you just
Little
can't,
devil on
right?
your shoulder.
Yeah, you got a devil on your
Yeah, then you
shoulder.
just jerk off.
Yeah, the devil on your shoulder is just like, come. Right now.
No one will be as bad as Soda Pop. And you hear he's an insane man.
What?
Because he will be on stream. He used to do this back in the day more so, but he'd just be on stream and then he'd be like, I'm horny, I'm gonna go jerk off. And he'd just leave his stream on and he would leave for like 5 minutes, come back and be like, all right, what are we doing today? And they're like shamelessly.
What?
On a consistent basis. There are still many clips you can find of this. And I was like, to have that lack of shame would be so impressive.
Isn't there a clip of him shitting himself as well?
I mean, that's just art.
Yeah, that's dedication at
Yeah.
that point. I can't
It's sharp.
can't believe. How could you just not wait till the stream's over?
Yeah, no, just
Sorry, what happened? I
Just
do not.
shit himself on
He
stream.
just shit himself on stream.
I think it was like a fart, and it just came, and then he immediately
shot.
He immediately was just like,
He shot at
I
himself
should
on
shit
stream.
myself, guys.
I mean, when's the last time you shit yourself?
High school?
Yeah, it's
Really?
probably when I
Yeah.
was much
Yeah.
much younger.
Middle school, probably.
Dude,
I've had some scares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
first like 3 months I was dating Cutie, I shit myself in front of her. It was so sad.
How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Wait, what happened?
I just became horribly ill and I was staying at her place.
Oh,
and, it
that's-
was,
that's
okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
understandable
that doesn't
then. Yeah.
and I was just shitting myself constantly, but it was like a new
But
relationship.
that's how you know she's there
Yeah,
for
yeah,
longer.
yeah.
That's how I know
exactly.
she's day one road dog. But still, it's not great to shit in front of her and have shit underwear and be like a poopy.
oh, stinky poo poo.
Yeah, but she was very cool
How
about
did,
it.
how did
Yeah.
you explain it? You were just like,
I just had to suck it up and be like, I shit myself. I said it coolly though.
this wouldn't
Yeah.
have happened if we had
Said it as coolly
Yeah.
as you could.
It's like, damn, shit myself.
Like, babe, shit myself.
You look
today.
down there might be some shit for you. And she's like, oh, there is.
What a vile creature.
But
Speaking
you
of
were
shit,
sick, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, I'd still
Like shitting
yourself.
yourself not being sick.
I mean, I have not shit
That's
myself. being
negligence.
Yeah.
If you shit yourself not sick, you are negligent and you are not taking good care of yourself. You either drank way too much or you
sick.
are
I
just.
do not get those shits when I've drank too much.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it
either.
depends. It's a,
Oh,
it's
no,
a
you
per
get it the
person
next
thing.
morning, right?
No,
You don't?
no, I don't.
No, I'm 5% Welsh, so I never put myself.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
You don't get after grog bogs?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I get them all the time.
What is the phrase?
After grog bog.
That's a great term.
In Australia, we call it, it's an AGB.
So every
Yeah.
time you drink, you get the shits afterwards?
in the morning. I'm like, immediately I'm
I
just
think
like,
me too.
oh, I feel horrible. I
I
have
think
to
me
shit.
too. Yeah, and it's
Get
not.
some-
It's
get
never a
some White
pretty
Claw.
one.
No, it's never a pretty one.
Get some White Claw, bro. Fixes everything.
You also can root, boot, and loot in Australia. Do you know that one?
What? What does that mean?
But,
You
so you fuck.
root, so you fuck,
Yeah.
and then you boot, you throw up, and then you steal whoever your fucking things, and then you leave. It's the root, boot, and loot.
Who told you this?
An Australian, I know.
I mean, I haven't heard it personally, but I believe it.
Do you know what a meat? Hold up. Do you know what a meat lottery is?
sounds familiar,
I've heard
actually.
the term before.
Yeah, yeah.
In Australia, they'll have lotteries where the town comes together, and you can win a bunch of meat, and you can just buy little vouchers to win the meat.
That's in like kind of small countryside.
Yes.
towns,
See, when
though.
you said
Yeah.
meat lottery, I was thinking something more.
So it's-
I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
along
thought
the lines
it
of
was-
like meat spin, like around
Yeah.
there.
No, they
you
turn
know?
the lights off. They play "Who's in My Mouth."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if you guess right, you get the meat.
Is that a dildo or a dick?
It's like the try. keep
Next
tasting-
YouTube trend.
Meat lottery
Oh,
challenge.
God. Did you ever see that?
What?
The
Is it a dildo or a dick?
in
No.
my ass, you
Yeah,
should-
yeah.
That's a YouTube video.
Yeah, that is a YouTube video.
What?
It would be like a screen, right? And you would just see the dude's like head and torso.
Yeah.
And there'd be a screen, and then someone would put something in his butt.
Yeah.
And they'd
they'd
be
have
like,
to-
you have to guess, is it a
If it was,
dildo
if it
or
was
my
the
dick?
dude's dick
Yeah.
or his,
And then the guy's like, no, that's definitely a dildo. That's a dildo. And then you go to the next one, and he goes, no, this one's the dildo.
Was he? You have to be 100% right?
I didn't watch enough.
Oh come
Yeah.
on.
I just saw the title and I was like, wow.
No milfs, no me.
Yeah. I just like, couldn't believe it was on YouTube.
Yeah, it is crazy. You can just look up like nude yoga, and then immediately you get hit with thumbnails. It's just coochie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wild how YouTube decides to just let Susan know.
It's tight, I think, because the alternative is like you're on Twitch and then you're constantly scared of like
Yeah.
like a nipple flash or a butt flash, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get banned. But on YouTube, it's like we'll just hit you with this yellow button,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's it. You don't get banned.
So
or
where's
anything.
your stream of you watching nude yoga?
You know, it's coming. It's a big,
Yeah, you can do that.
big
bet it
drag
is.
stream. I would feel terrible. I don't want to be like a child's sexual awakening. Like I don't think most of my viewers are children. I think they're mostly like older.
Yeah.
But there's a chance.
Copium.
There's
Not
they're all
teens.
adults and cool and
Not
chill and
teens.
hot.
They're definitely like
They all
working adults
smoke
with
weed
money
and
and
they're
time.
super chill.
There's not a single kid in my audience.
There's only adults who watch me. Come on, guys. They're all mature.
But there's definitely a kid who you have like a weird sexual awakening, and I don't want to be there for it. That's all I'm saying.
The
on
video
your
in the
own time.
con is like, thank you. If you didn't watch that nude yoga and
Yeah.
I didn't tune into that stream, I wouldn't have met my girlfriend.
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't want to hear this. Do it on your own time, brother.
Oh my god.
I'm hungry, Bears. Though you guys want to
I'm
get dinner after
so
this?
hungry. That's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be
That's, do you want
I
to get
guess
some food
a-
after this?
I guess a tea if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you want
some tea after this?
Partaking some tea?
Let's get some tea after this.
Shut the
man.
fuck up. Don't mock my culture.
I'm sorry. I'm trying
Eat
to.
some frog's
I'm
legs, you
appreciating
French
it.
boy.
I'm okay.
Why are you
first-
pointing my direction? That's northern, man. That's all northern. We say dinner like normal people in the
Come
south
collect your
here.
mans, dude.
Yo, that ain't my man.
That ain't my mans.
All right. You've heard my taste. You know what I've enjoyed. I really like things with mysteries. Like I've like Erased, Parasite.
You like to race?
I liked Erased. Yeah, I did like
Even
Erased.
after the
Even
ending?
after the ending?
Yeah, I had no problems with it. No
Yikers.
qualms. You know what? I think I'm a guy. I don't give a shit about the ending.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with a bad. I'm okay with a bad ending if the journey was good. It doesn't.
Okay, I do agree with that in some senses, but the Erased journey wasn't even that good.
I think it was. It's not my favorite, but I think it was good. I enjoyed it. It was not a waste of my time.
But
Okay,
Erased
okay.
was one of those shows where like the
Ending was so
the
bad
ending
that it
was
took
so,
away.
but the ending was also like necessary for it to be good. Journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones, you know, it was a shitty ending, but we had a good time.
it's still. You know what? They just did a study. It's still super popular. It's one of the most popular TV shows still.
It's still a great show. Like first 5 seasons are great TV.
No, yeah.
Yeah. And like I think people are so focused on the ending, and it's not like I think Code Geass is a better ending in Death Note, but it's no shot that it's better than Death Note, even if the ending's like beautiful and succinct or whatever.
People love Code Geass. a
Yeah,
lot.
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Even though the first 10 episodes suck, but they think that.
What?
The first 10 episodes suck?
Do they?
Yeah, they're terrible.
don't think they suck.
I feel like the pacing is bad enough to turn people away.
What, in Code Geass or Death Note?
Code Geass?
What?
I thought the first 10 episodes
Like
were like
really
the good
fast
parts.
paced, yeah.
I thought
what
it
it
was
was
like
like at
the
its
second
best.
season where it got shit here.
I feel like Code Geass, there'd be an episode where it's just like, today we are going to find a cat. And then
That
the
was
next
an
episode.
okay, yeah, that was
the
a
next
shitty
episode would be
episode.
like,
Is that in the first 10? I thought that was like mid.
it might
That's
be
like near the end.
It's
of
no,
the first season.
it's pretty early.
Is it?
It might be like first
You
15.
Google this.
But all I'm saying is in the first like half of Code Geass, you'll have an episode that covers 3 months, and then you'll have an episode that covers like a day at school. And it's really hard to watch and understand what's going on, I think.
Oh, the Stormmaster, the 6th episode. Yeah, you are right.
Wow,
Yeah.
damn.
I'll give you that.
That's
I'll give you that.
just
That
like
is a-
selective
okay,
memory on my end.
That is
yeah.
a mid episode.
Yeah.
But it's also just like I think it's building to something, and it takes a while to get there. But it's still a great show. That's all
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
That those are the shows I like.
I think you have good taste though.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I agree.
Well, okay, the thing is,
you got to sort that Full Metal Alchemist shit out though.
I'll
That's
watch
fun.
it again. I'll try it.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, talking to you, I'm just like, damn, this guy just doesn't like shonen, and that's fine. Or do you like shonen?
I like it. Like I watched Full Metal
Would you
Alchemist.
say it's okay?
Or excuse me, I watched My Hero Academia is what I meant to say.
It's
Yeah.
mid.
I like it. It was all right. I stopped watching when girl was sucking him and he punched a guy really hard. It was like the season 2
What?
finale. The girl was clinging onto him in a piggyback ride and sucking him dry. And she was like,
that's fucking
I was like,
dumb.
I'm so weak.
Yeah.
That was chill. And then it ended and I was like, I will never need to watch a show again. It's offered me everything it can.
It was really kind of, the 3rd season was really shit.
I'm trying to watch all One Piece right now.
Oh, I'm reading all
Watch
of
it or read it.
I will read it.
Yeah.
The animation's so bad.
Reading it is a lot more manageable than watching it. I don't know how people watch One Piece nowadays.
Also, the anime just sucks.
yeah, a lot. Like
I've heard the recent
Yeah,
arcs, though,
the
get
recent
really
arc is
good.
really, really good.
What are you going to do? Fucking flop between the manga and anime at will like some kind of psychopath?
That's
No,
what I tried to do.
You can't do that.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like a fight
Yeah.
scene.
Okay. Sometimes there are moments like I prefer watching anime, right? There's never going to be a moment in manga that is going to hit as hard as that same moment being done well in anime because you got the music, you got the voice acting,
Sound effects.
you got the sound effects. Like to me, like I'm not saying anime is the superior medium. I'm saying that like I get way more immersed watching anime if it's done right.
Yeah.
Because there's so many examples where anime isn't done right.
I've not read as much manga as you guys, but definitely the turn the page, sorry, in Vinland Saga, with the Askeladd thing at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning, was like better than the anime for me.
Well, that's because
It
you
just
knew it was
came out of-
coming. That's because you knew it was coming, though, right?
Yeah, true.
Like I feel like it's hard to judge because.
But in the anime, they have the music building up to it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have all the signs. In the manga, you just like,
But that what the fuck moment is what makes it so good.
yeah, that's what makes it so
Yeah.
fucking hype.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
Welsh, of course. So, I mean, like that's also pretty based.
Wow.
Yeah, I think One Piece is impossible to watch anime. Even the recent arc, I tried to switch over for
Wano.
for Wano. It was
Don't spoil anything, please.
Yeah.
this is
I'm
like a
begging
total aside, but he just fights a sumo wrestler.
you. Okay, cool.
And did you know that part?
Yeah.
I watched the anime of it. It's the worst animation ever. The crowd is perfectly still, but they have like the wind effect over it, and they're all like this, and it's like, and their hair should be like this and shaking, but it's like nothing's happening. They're just still,
Right.
and it's like 80 seconds of reaction shots,
Right.
And I'm like, God, you are the biggest in the world, and this is what you offer. It's so sad.
I just want to milk it.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's popular and big doesn't mean it's going to be good, right? I mean, look at fucking Seven Deadly Sins season 3.
Yeah, well,
right?
I think the problem with the One Piece anime is that it just never takes a break. At least with things like My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, all that stuff, it comes in seasons, right? One Piece has just been airing since 1998, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, like, of course the pacing's going to be shit, but I wish they did do seasons of One
I wish
Piece.
they just took some fucking breaks.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
It's okay.
The money,
It's
man.
okay.
The money.
Money
Yeah, well,
printing
it's
machine.
apparently not enough fucking for Promised Neverland. So
That's true.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's been this anime talk for Trash Taste.
we spoke about a lot of anime. this
Yeah, we
episode. Way
did.
more
Probably
than
like
normal.
the most in any guest episode.
Yeah.
I think.
More than ProZD?
Oh, we spoke about it a lot of pros.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's
Well,
just
equal
a whole
amounts,
ass
I think.
weed.
Equal
Yeah.
amounts.
Cool outs.
But
Now,
yeah,
we
thanks
need-
for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah.
much for coming on.
Hey, look
Good
at all
fun.
these patrons, though.
Yeah.
You
Pick
see
your
them on
favorite
screen?
patron. Pick your favorite
Right now,
one.
they're
Oh,
flying on screen.
Whoa.
Yeah, wow, look at them.
Piece of shit.
Hey, if you'd like to support the show, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/trash taste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us your memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And yeah, go check out other stuff.
Yeah, anything
Yeah,
you want to
mention-
shout out? Yeah, he has a podcast as well. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You can find it if you want. Live your life.
All right, bye.